Here's a video that literally captures the entire journey of me creating the campaign premiere from start to finish. It's a bit of a ride, but if you're curious about how it all came together, you might find it interesting and helpful in getting a handle on how I'm running this huge open invite campaign. Plus, it should give you a good sense of how play by post, or more accurately, play by submission, actually works. Please enjoy, like, and subscribe. My goal is to create 3 reasons why all of these characters are in this first episode. Something that brings them all to this one location, maybe even a few locations. I'm going to create 3 different events that each character could get involved with, in addition to an option for the character to do what they want. I'm going to use the Mythic Adventure Crafter for each one of these. We'll call it an adventure for each one of these adventure/events. But the overarching goal is to make it related to is to grant a reason as to why all these characters are in this area. Just to start, eventually everybody can branch off. Generate 5 plot points to form. Each plot point is a specific element that each combined together form the turning point. All right, starting with our first turning point. All right, so for event 1, I'm going to roll 5 plot point themes, and then I'm going to roll an inspirational word for each plot point, and then combine all 5 of these and interpret it into an event meaning. 1d10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so starting from left to right: 6, mystery; 4, tension; 5, mystery; 8, social; 2, action. All right, now I'm going to roll a d100 to get some inspirational words for the mystery. 69, mystery; revelation, we can work with that; tension, let's roll a word for tension. 26, crime. All right, third plot point is mystery again. Just gonna roll 3 for the rest from left to right. 28, 35, 90. Okay, so for mystery we have 28. All right, mystery 28. Cryptic. Okay, then we have social. I rolled 35 next. Fame. Okay, and then the last theme was action, and I rolled a 90. You know what? Let me go ahead and roll. I'm going to use Adventure Tone. That was a part of the Game Master emulator that I liked. It's not on the one-page crafter, but I'm going to use it. I like it. It adds like an extra layer of refinement. I'm going to go ahead and roll Adventure Tone. 61. Adventure Tone 61. Majestic is the Adventure Tone. All right, so there's definitely some mystery involved. There's some tension, it's a social aspect, and some action, which is a perfect adventure for the first episode for one of the events. All right, mystery, revelation. There's a revelation of something. Tension, a crime. A mystery, cryptic. Social, fame. Action, survivor. Tone, majestic. Okay, in the main location, the settlement, a small tower settlement that people typically gather because there's a good circulation of job propositions that come through the barkeep, and people make a lot of coin. The leads that usually come through are often fruitful, so people gather here and look for leads, job propositions to make money and get some leads to look into. A famous rogue shows up in this bustling settlement and starts speaking cryptically about the master plane and how their sacrifice, everyone there, is for the greater good. And he's not alone. There are people blocking the exits as well. And this rogue, something doesn't seem right. But you can tell there's magic involved. There's some sort of caster, and he begins to initiate some sort of catastrophic spell and it seems that he is intending to do harm. And there's a slight rumble, and everyone in the area is in danger. This caster, this rogue, is attempting to do something for the master plane. And from this day on, everything in the master plane is going to be different. Because ultimately, the master plane is, we're supposed to be starting from scratch. And everything you encounter outside of this current location is going to be a new location. Everybody has these rich backstories, but I need to somehow displace them, right? So whatever this caster is attempting to do, it's going to make it so that when you step outside, fog of war, it's all discovery from here on out. Something involving the master plane. And this person is trying to harm everyone. And though he's going to be successful ultimately, how are you going to be able to survive this sort of seance that's occurring? This sort of majestic spell, that's this mass spell that's looking to sacrifice the people in the area. And that's all we need to know for now. We'll let the players figure out and discover what exactly this spell is and what this person is attempting to do. But the players aren't going to know. Heck, I don't even know. But that's what this person is going to try to do. This is going to be for people who are already in this location. Okay, let's do something for people who are arriving to this location. So they're outside of, this is the perspective of those who are going to be outside of the building. All right, let me go ahead and roll some themes. 1d10. 1, action. 3, tension. 10, personal. 2, action. 3, tension. Action, tension, personal. Okay. All right, let's roll some inspiration for action. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just roll 5 and we'll go down the list. Starting with action. 72. Peace. Tension. 45. Horror. Okay, that's what I like to hear. Personal. This should be interesting. Personal. 31. Desperate. Okay. Action. 54. Escape. 5. Tension. 29. Death. And the cherry on top, adventure tone. 18. Competitive. Peace is what's getting me. Peace. Okay. The plane outside begins to shift as a result of the spell that's getting ready, that the caster begins to cast, essentially erasing everything that was potentially outside. And outside becomes very, very dark. Very, very dark. And you hear someone fleeing, running towards the building. And you hear people getting killed too, trying to escape whatever's in the darkness. And the minions of the rogue are outside, barring people from getting in. They're trying to keep peace on the inside. They don't want the inside seance to be disturbed, as the horrors as a result of the spell inside begin to manifest and feed on what's outside. You know, the rogues who are outside. And the people barring everyone outside are desperate to keep them outside, like their life depends on it. People trying to get inside are desperate to get inside because they're hearing people die outside. It's competitive in the sense that their motives for keeping you all outside is to be in the good graces of the rogue on the inside doing it. They don't want to fail, be the one that allowed someone to get inside. So these individuals on the outside have been tasked with keeping everybody outside to perish. We'll go with that. And then for the third event, that will be just for characters who are either inside or outside. I mean, we'll leave out since this is the first episode, you'll have to choose one or the other. You're either outside or you're inside. Since this is going to kick off the campaign and the master plane, and it's a matter of where you are at the time that this main event is happening. Yeah, let's do it that way. All right, so right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to organize all the submissions and I'm going to start crafting a story out of it. And when dice need to be rolled to determine who wins and overcomes, dice will be rolled using Mythic. But for now, I'm just going to organize my thoughts before I start figuring out if there's going to be any conflicts, starting with organizing, who is where based off of where they chose to be, outside or inside. Outside, let me show my screen. There we go. All right, so outside, onslaught at the gates. Inside, betrayal at the refuge, right? All right. All right, first we have onslaught we have Ev Stormsore at the gates. Ev Stormsore. And I'll dive deeper into what this character's capable of, once I arrive to when I need to know. Yeah, what? Yeah. Currently, I'm just organizing. So, let me see. Ev Stormsore. Eden, Darren Lone Swift, Skinny, Alai, the Scourge, voice of the war band. Dopest name in history. Ash Schultz. Nameless. Father Edmund. Nazareth Lord. Okay, and on the inside, we have Betrayal at the Refuge. We have Oiji Raz, Sister Kalea, Willem Tall, Ovaz, Asao, Shin, Samuel Andrews, and Zenhera. Okay. Ev Stormsoar. Using parkour, I deftly navigate across the land towards the guards. Fueled by vengeance at the senseless death. Fueled by vengeance at the senseless death, as the echoes of screams for my greatest sin echo in my mind, ringing at the same tune as the cries I hear now. Using my parkour, I deftly navigate across the land towards the guards. Fueled by my vengeance at the senseless death of the echoes and screams, for my greatest sin echo in my mind, ringing at the same tune as the cries I hear now. When I am upon the shadowy guards, I use my Sasumata Jutsu with my Sasumata and attack them to give the civilians a chance to escape or to get there. I'm highlighting what's important to me and what I want to highlight when I write fueled by vengeance, matching screams to attacks guards. Yeah, Sasumata. He's got a Sasumata. When I am upon the shadowy guards, I use my Sasumata Jutsu with my Sasumata and attack them. So attacks guards, Sasumata, giving Civs chance to escape. And I'm assuming escape in, because he's outside. People are trying to get in. Giving Civs chance to get in the settlement. Danger sense, reflexes, agility to evade attacks. If disarmed, calls weapon. Anti-disarm, call weapon. I'm writing that because I want to show that. Teleport back. Okay, that's even cooler. I would also look toward where the epicenter of this conflict was and make plans to venture there once the guards were defeated and lives were saved. Looking for center of conflict once finished defeating guards. I'm also going to put here, because I know that Ev Stormsoar is also seeking someone on the inside. I don't remember who. Oiji Raz. Yeah, he's looking for Oiji Raz. I know that because the character said it in Discord. Also looking to find Oiji Raz. That was his motive for coming to the settlement. Let me put that at the top. I think their histories are going to be linked. Eden. Once again exiled because the people believe I'm a witch. I approach the gates looking for a new place to start. Looking for new place to start over. It would be dangerous for a lady such as myself to walk around undisguised on the road. So I'm traveling. So I'm using traveling clothes and am disguised as a man with my disguise self-illusion. Disguise as man, it's an illusion. As I witness the unfolding events, I try to understand what's going on using my knowledge skill, but nonetheless, no, you can't stand in front of me, okay? As a witness, I try to understand what's going on. Knowledge to understand. All right, tired? Understand what's going on. No, you're making this really hard. No. Understand what's going on, but nonetheless I have to act. I believe my spell of soothing power, I believe my spell of soothing words won't be useful on these enforcers. Even if I'd prefer to avoid it, I fear I have no other choice. Reciting powerful arcane words, I cast dragon form spell. Not to fight, but to flee into the settlement. Flee into settlement to avoid confrontation. I grasp the backpack with my belongings in one claw and quickly look around to see if there's anyone brave enough to approach me. In that case, I'll offer them a guttural dragon voice. In that case, I offer them a quiet, guttural dragon voice. A ride inside. Okay. Dragon form to flee into settlement to avoid confrontation. Offers a ride to anyone brave enough to ask. If escape is impossible, for some reason I think this is important, so I'm gonna add it because this character specifically states this, so it must be important. Grabs bag, you know. Yeah, it's important. I see she mentions it later. If there's anyone brave enough, see, pay attention to everything you submit. Everything matters. I grasped the, or at least I tried to. If escape is impossible, I abandon my backpack and fight, hoping to retrieve it later. If escape is impossible, which will depend on what's attacking, because I still don't even know what's attacking. I haven't rolled it yet. So if escape is impossible, save bag for later retrieval. If I manage to escape, I look for a place big enough within the settlement to accommodate my dragon form. Look for a place big enough for dragon form. And we're calling it dragon form because we don't have a name for it yet. But it's not a dragon. There's no dragons. It's something even better. It's something even cooler than a dragon. We'll need that character to come up with a name for this this beast, this manifestation form. Oh, wait. Looks for offers ride to anyone brave enough inside in dragon voice. Excuse me. If I get wounded during the fight, the wounds will be mirrored on my human form. Wounds mirrored in human form. Once inside, I revert back to human form, the real female one, and quickly look for a safe haven. Once inside, revert to real female form, search for safe haven. If someone has ridden on me, I team up with them until the event concludes, but I won't be able to transform and fight against them. I love the self-imposed limits. It is appreciated, so I don't have to, but I won't be able. We'll team up if there's a person allied. Let's show a little bit of exhaustion from transformation. Okay, Darren Lone Swift, making his way to the tower after closing the bakery for the night. Closing bakery. I like the idea of this character having a bakery on the outside for people going in. Darren has caught wind of the events at the tower and a bloody woman who survived begs him to help her husband and son who are still trapped in there. Darren rushes to the scene after donning his damaged armor and weapon. Catches wind of events at tower. Bloody woman who survived begs him to help her husband and son who are trapped. Dons armor and heads over. Dons armor and weapon and heads over. On arrival, he plans to use his shielding other ability to take as much damage and essentially tank for others trying to escape, using his flaming weapon to increase his weapon. Okay. Shielding other, take damage for others trying to get in. Flaming weapon ability to increase his weapon power. And when he is surrounded, he will use flaming area attack to swing his axe and arcs. Flaming weapon plus power, swinging arcs when surrounded. If he meets up with other rogues fighting on his side, he will make sure to protect them. Protect other rogues fighting on his side. That is a great detail because that matters. His ultimate goal is to band together with anyone trying to help keep the peace. This person understands what's going on. This person gets it. Darren Longswift gets it. He will band together with anyone trying to help keep the peace, because I saw a couple submissions that were questionable. To keep the peace and make his way into the tower. Band together with others whose goal is to keep peace, make way inside. Then we have Skinny. Dropping my cart of wood, I rush to the aid of other travelers. I rush to the aid of the other travelers and cry, every one of us knew that we would one day die. Do not deceive yourself. Not a rogue alive has escaped death. But the unknown God, in his wisdom, has given us a choice. And I, for one, will not go so quietly into the night. Okay. So, drops cart of wood, goes to help aid travelers, and shouts, dialogue. Charge gates with those who have courage to fight. With those who have courage to fight. Praying a prayer of safety to aid allies, calling down healing on those who fight. I love that song. On those who fight and myself, while cutting down as many enforcers as I can, allowing those to flee. And when I've done all I can, I enter the gates. Prayer of safety to aid allies, calling down healing on those who fight and myself, while cutting down as many enforcers, allowing those to flee, and enters. So we're going to dive deeper into these submissions. I'm just organizing like the main things that need to come out of this, because a lot of those details are going to change based off of the character. When I look at their characters' abilities and to kind of flesh out more of what this stuff looks like. Alai the Scourge, voice of the warband. She looks at the remnants of her warband. Behind, the darkness approaches. Rushing closer and closer, she scans the horizon, formulating a plan. With remnants of warband, spots the onset of darkness, forms and begins to form a plan. I just wasn't getting my time. Remnants of warband, spots the onset of darkness, and begins to form a plan. Okay, we got dialogue. Can't spell dialogue. We act as their saviors. Their lives will be our currency. We act as their saviors. Their lives will be our currency. The enforcers overwhelm them. Leave the leader to me. We act as their saviors. Their lives will be our currency. The enforcers overwhelm them. Well, she's talking about acting as saviors for the people they're about to save. No. Alai the Scourge, voice of the warband. The enforcers overwhelm them. Leave the leader to me. Shh. Leave the leader to me. Alai speaks and her warband responds. Warband responds quickly. Descend on the enforcers, rushing past travelers to make their way to the tower. Descend on minions, specifically rushing past traveler toward tower. She uses her abilities on horseback to push forward. Abilities on horseback, push forward. Lay waste, she carves a path. Lay waste ability, carving path to any leadership she can see. Now I want to add a leader for the outside. She gives a battle cry to the travelers. Follow me inside. Her voice is heard above the din of battle. Battle cry. Follow me inside. Heard by all. Now, she says to the crowd, let's discuss your new loyalty to the warband. That might be a good way to end the fucking episode. Wait, where did I just read that? She uses her, she gets a line. She targets the leader. She targets leader, like the leader. Say leader rogue. So she specifically goes after the leader rogue. We'll say main leader rogue, hurling an insult their way, insults them to shake their resolve. Hoping for a brutal show of force, she uses her 1-2 ability to finish off the leader. Hoping for show of force. I'm tired. You're tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Nope, don't touch the green screen. I mean the void, the empty black master plane darkness behind me. Don't touch that. There's no green screen behind me. Only the master plane! Hoping for a brutal show of force, she uses her 1-2 ability to finish off the leader, which is cool because I know there's a particular character that wants the leader alive. He wants her alive, so that's going to be a conflict. If all of this is successful, she has her raiders escort as many survivors as possible. If successful, raiders escort survivors inside. And then she says, let's discuss your new loyalty to the Warband. Oh, that should be interesting. Gotta have your antagonists. You can't touch my headset, man. Stop. Then we have Ash Schultz. Ash slinks through the crowd, her naginata held tightly in her left hand. She slides toward the closest henchman. She grasps the naginata with both hands to deliver a strike to the henchman's neck before coating herself in electricity. As she steps away from the strike, she readies her wind magic to provide a quick escape into the air. All right, so Ash Schultz is just whooping ass. Ash slinking through the crowd with her naginata, attacking the closest henchman, taking out necks, stabbing necks, coating herself in electricity. Steps away from the strike as she readies her wind magic to provide a quick escape into the air. All right, you asked for it. Okay, striking henchman, attacking necks. No, stop. Coats self in electricity. I'll need to look into that to see what exactly that is, because there's probably more context. But we'll just say for now, coat self in electricity. Steps away from attacks. Plus wind magic for quick. No, escape to the air. Okay, nameless. Father Edmund. Go north, find the tower, restore balance. The winds kept whispering those words over and over again on Father Edmund's ears. He had not idea what he was about to find, but one thing he knew for sure, balance must be restored at all costs. At first glance from afar, nothing seemed wrong. However, the closer he got, the more he could feel the energy revolting. I'm at the right place, he thinks. All right. Voices command. Voices speak to him as he approaches the tower. I'm at the right place. At a certain distance, he can see sentinels slaughtering rogues at the entrance tower. So spots stuff from afar. Approaches tower. I'm at the right place. Feels the energies. Where's your bottle? Where's your bottle? Where's your bottle? Go get your bottle. Go get your bottle. Mic check. Feels energies. Spot stuff from afar. He looks around and sees darkness approaching. Sees darkness approaching. Father Edmund smiles slightly, for he feels very comfortable under the shadows. Smiles. Comfy with shadows. He uses his chaotic resilience to resist the unnatural forces and tries to quickly find a spot close to the walls with less sentinels, but with enough shadows to merge with them, and passes through unnoticed. Chaotic resilience to resist any unnatural forces, because there could be, we still don't know. Unnatural forces, and tries to and then merges shadow to pass through unnoticed. Find spot close to walls with less minions. Merges with shadows, pass through unnoticed. Nazareth Lord. He has his magic. He has his natural passive magic that grants him some extra luck. Finally, I will approach this. Nazareth Lord says, I will approach the sentries casually and confidently, presenting as though the darkness behind me is just a mere nuisance. King's command skill, and will say to them, using King's command, will say, your God King stands before you and you will kneel. Anyone who doesn't at this point I will savagely kill. If one sentry does attack me, I want to flex and have the attack land and have their weapon break upon making contact with my toughness and juggernaut scales. That's good flavor. King command them kneel before King. Kill those who don't. Display weapon break. To everyone else at the gates, I will command to stand strong and fight the incoming darkness. I laugh as I tell them to embrace the glorious battle alongside their God King. I'll then activate Monarch Coliseum, trapping us. I'll then activate Monarch Coliseum, trapping us all, forcing us to battle the threat. I'll then activate Monarch Coliseum, trapping us all, forcing us to battle the threat. Chaotic. I will activate all my abilities, and anyone who doesn't fight, I will attack and throw them into the center of the monsters while saying, "Fight for your honor, you shit." Trap all in Coliseum to fight monsters. Those don't fight, he will throw into center of monsters. He will throw into center of monsters, shouting dialogue. He's using all his abilities: Self-Luck, Monarch Coliseum, Juggernaut Skills, Worthy Adversary, Overwhelmed, Berserker Soul, King's Will, King's Command. When the smoke clears, if anyone had the balls to attack me and I win, I will leave them beaten and broken. Slowly walk up to them, kneel towards their fallen body and whisper, "You have my respect, warrior." Then slam their head down into the dirt and walk away. That's going to be a whole bullet point. If my Coliseum goes down, I will activate it again. The entire time I will be thrilled in the battle. Activate Leviathan form if I'm attacked by more than one enemy. Use King's Command to rally everyone to fight harder. Thrilled, Leviathan form, attacked by more than one enemy. King's Command to rally everyone to fight harder. Lazuli Melret. My goal is to find a way to break through the shadows, blocking the way towards the tower. I will use my fire manipulation to give myself light and attack the first guard I see. After that, I will get closer and see if I can spot an opening between the guards. Use light from fire to find way past guards. Attack guard. Get through guards via opening. Okay, now inside we have Oiji Ras. As chaos erupts, I will immediately scan the area for my comrade, the Skulker, who is Ev Stormsore. Search for Ev Stormsore. Not seeing him, I will erect my immunity barrier. Not seeing him, erect immunity barrier, warding off miasma around myself. Dropping back into a defensive stance, I tune my ears to the dark chants of this rogue seeking to decipher his ends via my developed craft skill. Defensive, drop back, defensive stance, decipher his chants. This will be a good way to progress that thread, the mystery part of the event of what is this person doing? Why is this rogue trying to kill everybody for the good of the master plane? Hopefully, Oiji Ras, with the roll of the dice and that skill, can get an idea of why. Rogue seeking decipher his ends. Decipher his ends via develop craft. I'm gonna have to look at that ability. Using develop craft. If I can decipher his words, I will attempt to use disruption spell on him. If deciphered, we'll use disruption spell on him. If I can't, I will just use create energy. I will just use my create energy spell to craft the throwing javelin and throw it at him as I charge. If not, throw energy javelin at him and charge. Oiji Ras is gonna save the day. Sister Kalea. I came to the tower seeking rumors of my temple's stolen relic. That's a good motive. Came seeking temple's stolen relic. I did not expect to find such blasphemous evil. Summons Katabatic Winds to keep miasma at bay. Harden to increase toughness. Sculpt Stone to create opening in the tower wall for an escape route. Invoke Wrath of the Mountains to discourage any minions from pursuing the escaped rogues. She's saving the day. Wrath of Mountains to discourage minions from pursuit of escapees. I ready Blizzardous Blades to impale minions foolish enough to follow. Blizzard Blades, impale minions foolish to follow. After some escapees have safely made it through, I will follow suit and use Sculpt Stone again to close the doorway. Close doorway. Okay. Willem Toth. Will's goal is to survive the assault and save as many others as he can. Survive and save. Having been in the kitchen offering his aid as gastronomer, he will collect a large stirring paddle to defend himself with his ferryman style. In kitchen, working, large stirring paddle, ferryman style. Moving carefully through the tower, collecting individuals who need protection, as well as those willing to defend the weak. To those who are willing to stand in defense, he offers to those defending promise of a warm meal. Moving carefully, offers to those defending promise of warm meal and a hot fire when it's all over. He hands out. All right, so first off, I want to say like I love this character. This player creates the most interesting characters. Everybody's interesting, right? But the play style of this player, is not the first time I've seen this player do a character like this. This story needs it. Let me fix this. Real quick. All right, I need food. I'm dying. He said warm meal, and that shit just made me hungry. I have not eaten. He hands out a few protective satchels he has on him, which might defend against minions or magic to the strong who are risking their lives, keeping one reserved for himself. Hands out satchels to the strong who are risking their lives. Keeps one for self. So these satchels they're special satchels that he creates. So that's going to help. Finally, he uses a combination of fellow wanderer skill and death sense to move away from danger and mark safe paths for any who might recognize the marking. He uses fellow wanderer and death sense combined to identify safe paths, to move away from danger and mark safe paths for people. That'll make more sense once I dive deeper into his character's ability. I kind of recall what they do, so I have an idea what's happening there. Okay, then we have Ovaz. Though Ovaz used to preside high over others in the temples. I hear temple and I immediately think of the relic that what's her name was looking for. Though Ovaz used to preside high over others in the temples, he now follows Lantyr's path on foot, seeking the name of the new sun and for signs of the coming dawn. Ovaz has been sheltering in the tower settlement for a few weeks, appalled by the profound evil summoned by this vile betrayer. Ovaz will activate his Radiant Beacon ability in order to provide a rallying focus point for any forces resisting this dark invasion. Radiant Beacon ability in order to provide rallying/focus point for any forces resisting this dark invasion, providing them with hope and inspiration. Okay. He'll then prioritize protecting himself and others nearby, summoning the Shield of Dawn, and he will attempt to damage or destroy any malicious entities using Illuminating Sight if necessary to defend himself or those in it. Illuminating Sight? Aijutsu. If necessary, if forced to retreat, he will use Lantern of Revelation to light the way. I love the format of this submission. It's straight to the point. If forced to retreat, he will use Lantern of Revelation to light the way and prioritize getting outside where he can summon the Ray Disc to provide means of escape for him and his many to accompany. Okay, simple enough. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half characters left. I don't think I'm pronouncing this right. ASAO. Asao. We'll say Asao. Asao. I hide amongst the crowd and immediately look for an exit point. Hides. Looks for an exit. If the crooked rogue or his minions block the way, I will fight them with my sword. And if push comes to shove, I will even take off my mask to stun them. Who is this? If blocked, will fight with sword and may even take off the mask. My main priority will always be escaping. Priority is to escape. And William Toth is definitely going to see to that. All right, then we have Shin. As chaos unfolds, keeping a level head is crucial. Keeping a level head. I should blend into the crowd, not drawing attention and observing. I should blend into the crowd, not drawing attention and observing, using my insight to draw any clues on this cryptic sermon that hint at his endgame. So this is another character who will be used to kind of go down the thread of what is this entity doing, right? Blend in crowd, observe using insight for clues on cryptic sign. And in effort to avoid direct confrontation, cloud myself in shadow. Samuel Andrews. Uncoiling the chain around his hand, Sam will use it to disarm the minions. Chain to disarm minions. His current goal is to subdue as many of them as possible. This is the jailer guy. This is the person who used to be a guard, I believe. His current goal is to subdue as many of them as possible, either using the chain to, all right, subdue as many as possible. Very important. Subdue. This is the person who wants to keep them alive. Shit's gonna go down when the God King comes in here. And Ali, voice of the warband, she wants them dead. Subdue as many as possible. Using chain to knock them out from a distance. KO from distance. Grapple into submission. If they decide to close the distance, decide to close the distance into submission, distance closed. In the end, they are only minions. His ultimate goal is to arrest the boss rogue alive. He would realize that he can't take out the boss while the minions are still around. They would just impede his progress. So he'll deal with minions. He'll deal with him after the cronies are dealt with. Deals with minions first, however. Sam will attempt to keep an eye on the boss as best as he can and will not interfere with any battles that take place against him. That may have just saved Sam's life, or saved him some trouble. The only exception is that he will attempt to stop anyone from delivering a killing blow. After all, he must be brought before a court of law and face the consequences of his actions. Looks like we got some drama coming. Will not interfere in battles with boss, but will stop a fatal blow. He must be brought before court of law. That should be interesting. Okay, Zenera and Ayanga. The betrayal and the imminent threat of death from either strange magic or the blades is something Zenera feels ill-equipped for. She will relinquish control to Ayanga to help save them both. Love this character. Relinquish control to... Man, I really hate Zenera and Ayanga mains. That's a Smash Brothers reference. Relinquish control to Ayanga. Save them both. After the elemental spirit takes over, prompting a change in her appearance and the crackling of electricity around, Ayanga will want to get free without much pause for what's in her way. Henchmen with swords are the weak point. Facts. Guarding the exits. She will pick one she has a clear line of sight to. Picks a henchman, beelines, and using her superior speed, line up to blast him with her charged power. Picks a henchman, superior speed, line up, blast with charged power. Barreling forward to get through him and any barrier between her. Barreling forward to escape place. If successful, she'll want to stay on the move, finding a place to survey threats and escape. If she fails, she'll grow more wild. If successful, stays on the move, finding a place to survey threats and escape. If fail, she'll grow more wild and desperate. Probing for something to crumble under her power. The small voice of Zenera trying to remind Ayanga not to be so reckless that she risks causing undue death to herself. Probing for something to crumble under her power. I don't know what that means, but probing for something to crumble under her power. I'll have to look at her character for context. It's probably an ability. Probing for something to crumble under power. Receives warning from Zenera to not be so reckless. causing undue death to herself. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. You're all right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. How do I want to work these scenes? All right, let's see if there's any conflicts here. Okay, now I'm going to start tying some character storylines together. This is so I ensure that the story is cohesive. I am making the use of every minute of the show. We don't have a 2-hour show with all this stuff happening. All right, let's start outside. So we know outside we have Ev Stormsoar heading there, attacking guards, looking to get inside. So he's fighting. He's fighting. That's the gist of his situation. Okay. Then we have Eden, the shape-shifting she manifests into a giant manifestation of a winged creature. Sure, we'll call it a dragon for now. She's going inside. Now there's going to be some aspects of the people's submissions that are just purely flavor, and I do that as a DM. At the end, not only am I the director and producer, but I'm also a DM at the end of this. Ultimately, I'm the DM, and when I DM games, I like to use a lot of flavor just to cater to the character's imagination and what they want and bring their character to life, in ways that is not a detriment to the story. If I can embellish in ways to show and bring out characteristics of that character that are important and things that character wants to display, I will definitely do that. And then I will roll mythic dice in situations where there is some resistance, where there's some obstacles that the character should have to roll for. With that said, Eden, she says she's disguised as a man, right? This is not a situation where I feel like she'll need to roll her illusion again. No one's looking for her, Everybody has something to deal with, so she won't have any issues doing that. Escape could be impossible, because remember, she's trying to escape inside. So I'm going to put escape with the question mark, because then I need to see what are these creatures out, that I'm going to generate outside, because there's a possibility that escape is not possible. So I'm going to put escape with a question mark, but then she's retreating to the inside with a person, maybe. Then we have Darren. He's fighting, shielding others, protect other rogues fighting on his side. I need to make important note that Darren is specifically banding with others whose goal is to keep peace. Then he's going inside. Skinny also rushing to the aid, aiding travelers, charging gates, helping those who fight, cutting down enforcers. So he's fighting for sure. Then we have Ally the Scourge, voice of the warband, charging the gates. She's fighting for sure. Ash, fighting. Let me go back. So Eden is the only one that's not fighting, which would mean that she conflicts with God King Nazareth. Now, I think I'm going to put her in the way of, she's conflicting with Nazareth, and maybe we will have her disguise. She's going to be appearing as everyone else. I think it will be cool to have Nazareth mistake her for some person that's just scared of fighting and attempts to throw her. And then she fucking transforms midair and fucking heads in, to which she would be stuck in the bubble. She would be stuck in the barrier. If she can break through, she's through. If she can't, then that's when she will stay. If escape is impossible, she will save bag for later retrieval. In that case, I offer them inquire. If I say I abandon my backpack and fight. Abandon backpack, later retrieval. So she will stay and fight if she can't escape. So we got some conflict there that we'll need to resolve. All right, Father Edmund. I think I want to start the episode off with Father Edmund. Father Edmund is also sneaking by, but through the shadows. He's going to have to stealth check that to get past some guards. Nazareth is fighting. Ironically, funny enough, I don't see any conflict between Nazareth and Ally. They're both fighting. Nazareth has a beef with people who are not fighting. And though he's trapping everyone in the Colosseum to fight what's coming from the darkness, I don't know if Alai would see that as a threat, nor would she even fully understand what is happening. There might be too much going on for her to realize that he's, one, doing that, and two, like, why would she find it as she's not trying to escape, at least not yet. Lazuli Melray is finding a way to break through the shadows, blocking the way towards the tower. She will use fire manipulation to give his light to find a way to get attack the guards. So she's going to fight, then she's going to try to sneak through. I don't think Father Edmund is going to be near Nazareth, right? He's going where there are minimal guards, the weak point, which will not be where Nazareth is. So he's just going to have to worry about a stealth check. And I'm going to say the same for Lazuli, because she's looking for an opening. An opening is not going to be where everyone is. So she's fighting, then getting through. Okay. All right. So I'm going to roll an ability to see if if there's anything that these minions are capable of outside of brandishing weapons. And then I'm going to roll a creature. I'm going to roll multiple manifestations. Because what's happening is the guy on the inside, this is what I don't fully think it through because I want to build as we go. The rogue on the inside is doing something is pretty much triggering the master plane to sort of, it's kind of like the Thanos snap, erasing everything in the realm, returning the master plane to its original state, which is nothingness, for the purpose of, again, rebuilding from scratch again, or we don't know. But he's returning the realm to nothingness, darkness. So everything that everyone knew is forfeit to the darkness. And we start from scratch again. He's doing that. Why is he doing that? We don't know, but he's killing people for it. He successfully does that, at least the beginning of it, the part that he needed. And manifestations are a result of the master plane. These are creatures that exist, that manifest. The master plane creates them. It's completely random. But because they are in darkness, in the fog of war, manifestations are out there, and they always will be. Kind of like that movie Mist. So I'm going to roll a couple random creatures that are attacking these people because they're outside. So we're going to figure out what they are capable of as well. So these minions, what else can they do? Let's see. I'm going to roll on the ability table. Actually, I'm just going to roll. These are minions. I'm not even going to roll what they look like. They're just some cloaked individuals. But what are they capable of? I'm going to go ahead and roll on a character skills table. I'll roll twice. 7944. 7944. Ruin. Health. Yeah. That kind of just doubles down on the fact that they're brandishing weapons. Yeah, they're just brandishing weapons. He probably hired some goons to help him carry this out. And they're just brandishing some powerful, pretty crude weapons to kill and slaughter people with. We'll go with that. And sure, while we're here, what do they look like? F it. Since I want to now say that they are someone he hired, so they probably have a specific look. 6592. 6592. Character appearance. Odd. Tattoos. They're cultists. They're tattooed. They're tattooed mercenaries. They're tattooed mercenaries. Yeah. Tattooed mercenaries with crude weapons to ruin health. Okay. All right. I'm going to roll 3 different types of manifestations. 3 different types of manifestations. These are going to be enemies that they're going to be facing outside and encroaching from the darkness. And I want these things to be very frightening. Starting with creature 1. I'm going to roll on the creature description table. 34-9. 34-9. Gaunt. Avian. Gaunt. Avian. Let me roll one more. Gaunt. Avian. 15. Clawed. Gaunt. Avian. Clawed. I'm going to say that these are the Living Stone manifestations from my solo campaign, which are the first creatures I encountered. Just for the sake of continuity, since this is the same setting, the time period is unknown as to when both take place. But for the continuity's sake, we'll say that these are the Living Stone entities, which are made of stone. They have psychic power. They can cast illusions. They can form weapons with their body parts. And they try to capture their prey. and they feed off of they feed off life energy. Maybe this is a different version of them. So they already have their abilities, right? Let's do manifestation number 2. 3 times on a creature description table. 70, 14, 56. 70, 14, 56. 70, silent. 14, carapace. 56, mutant. And what can they do? 51.99. Imprison, weak. Imprison, weak. They capture their prey and pull them into their body, squeeze and crush them to consume them, like a prison, crushing prison. Like that thing from that reptile got knocked into in the Mortal Kombat movie, that statue that ate him. Yeah, very gruesome. Silent carapace mutant. Silent carapace mutant. I'm going to say that these entities, they're silent, right? Mutant. Mutant is very broad. I'm going to go ahead and roll on a descriptor table again. But these things sneak up on you. They grab you and pull you into the dark and eat you. But what do they look like exactly? 1753. Cold, many-eyed. I'm picturing like these big kind of like rotund, almost like beetle-shaped insectoid creatures that pull you and they absorb you through the front, and you get stored into their shells where you dissolve and where you are slowly eaten away. So they're like kind of like giant, like cold insect like entities with many eyes, right? With really large shells where they store their prisoners, their food. I don't want these to be the same Livingstone creatures from the same one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll a new ability for them. This is a different iteration of them. I'm going to roll a new ability for them. Totally different ability. They don't have the other abilities that I mentioned. 4926. Imitate. Deceive. I'm going to interpret that as these flying creatures are able to imitate sounds to misdirect their prey, forcing them to like think they're coming from one direction or another, and they really are coming from a different direction. They come in and they gut you, swoop in, pick you up, take you or whatever, but they use the darkness to deceive by imitating sounds sonically. Sonic manipulation, swoop and gut. Okay, and manifestation 3. $60.39.33. Object horns, furry. This is something that is holding something, an object, like a weapon, and it has horns. What can they do? That'll give me a better idea what kind of object they're carrying. 98.86. Vulnerable substance. I'm going to like, I'm feeling like these are like some kind of creepy like little goblins that have like alchemical like objects that they throw, like flasks, and the substance makes you vulnerable. Yeah, they throw these substances that just really make you vulnerable, to make you very sick and ill. Very toxic substances that are like just very vile, and they toss them on their prey to kill them. Furry, like they're furry. They're furry. They're horned, semi-intelligent. So like we'll say for now like a furry. I'm imagining like a furry humanoid goblin-like creature, furry humanoid manifestation throwing vials that sicken and infect. Sometimes acid. Let's throw acid in there. With acid. Yeah. Now I'm gonna roll to see like what these, like how powerful each of these are by rolling on the potency table. I want to know how much of a threat, because this is an unleveled game. Any of these creatures can be really weak or they can be really strong. So yeah, like these goblins, furry humanoid manifestations, throwing vile vials that sicken and infect with acid. All right. So I'm going to do a final gloss over this creature. Each of these creatures, by giving it a potency, to figure out how strong it is, how capable it is. That'll give me an idea what its stats and stuff are going to be, or could potentially be. And I'm also going to just a couple more details that really, based off of what we know about its potency, we're going to add a detail to each of them as well. So, let's go back to these tattooed mercenaries. Yes, minions, right? Okay, hard stop here. Break in the action. We're not going to roll any creature statistics, but I do want to roll more details. Let's get something. I want to do another coding of description here for these creatures, just to really zero in on the dark and the strange that I want this setting to be. Roll another description for the Living Stone. Yeah, we're going there. We're extending lore outside of the Master Rogue in the alternate setting. Master Plane. I want to roll some extra details here, some extra creature descriptions. I want to roll some extra creature descriptions just to kind of dig deeper into the setting, you know, the dark and the strange. Let's dive deeper into this Living Stone real quick, and we're going to do more lore building later. But to start, let's just get a better footing on what we're dealing with, like what it looks like, because I want these things to be. I want to see if I want this to be scary. I want this to be scary. Let's dive a bit deeper into the dark and the dark fantasy that I'm going for here. We're gonna do a couple more. We're gonna do some more description for each of these, starting with the Living Stone. 62, 70, passive, silent. You can't hear them passing you. When these things are swooping and flying by, you can't, they're quiet, you know, while in the darkness. They're just quiet. They make no sound. That's their thing. They can imitate any sound they want. Oh, snap. They can imitate any sound they want, but they make no sound themselves. We have to remember that these creatures are different than the ones from Master Rogue. Maybe they exist before, maybe they exist after. I don't know yet. But what I do know is that I realized I just skipped the mercenaries, but we'll run with it. These things are silent when they fly; they make no sound. All right. Yeah. So they're silent, passively silent. In passing, I'm going to interpret that as in passing, and by their nature, by just they're mutes. They're just really quiet. That's their nature. So like passively, it's like a passive trait of the creature. Okay, let's do that. Silent manipulation, swooping gut, soundless. So they're actually very smooth skinned and aerodynamic, like smooth, like a dolphin. They're gaunt. They're still humanoid, like Living Stone. We'll say that. So they're very thin and gaunt in the face, but they're smooth. We might as well make this a whole nother creature. We're making this another creature. We're going to get rid of the stone skin because they're not Living Stone anymore, but they are avian, clawed, gaunt, can manipulate sound. They swoop in and out and gut you. Soundless. I can't help but think of like almost like a dolphin drag, like a flying cliff racer that looks like a flying dolphin mixed with a cliff racer from Morrowind or something. Are these things demonic? Like what type of creature are these things? Well, they're avian. They're avian. Okay. Okay. Smooth-skinned humanoid entities. No, they don't even got to be humanoid anymore because they're not Living Stone. Let me roll again on the creature description table. 8967. All right, so yeah, like smooth-skinned avian creatures. Okay, I see something. I can't help but think of like something that looks like almost like a flying demonic dolphin. Like if a dolphin was crossed with like a pterodactyl, but much scarier though. Something a bit more twisted. That should be fun to make. Let me write that down. Dolphin, pterodactyl. And what's crazy is I spelled that right. Did I spell that right? I was just about to say that I spelled that right only because I learned how to spell pterodactyl by hearing someone say petrodactyl and knowing that that was so wrong and it's the other way. And in that thought, I actually wrote petrodactyl. All right, so the mercenaries, right? What makes them? Let's dive deeper into that. What makes them so dark? What do these guys look like? 8834. Tree-like, gaunt. Tree-like, gaunt. Tree-like. Oh, the mercenaries. Tree-like, gaunt. Tree-like, gaunt. I don't want to take this so literally. I want to go a different path. Tree-like, and yeah, of course they can. They have longer limbs. They're limber. They're agile. Agile, that's very non-tree-like. But I like going the poetic route, though. They're limber. Let me make sure I remember what limber fully means. See if we can get deeper. A person or body part, lithe or supple. I have to practice to keep myself limber, lithe, supple, nimble, flexible, spry, sprightly. Yeah, I like that. They're very nimble, limber like a tree, limber like a branch. They're real thin, and we'll say they're real wispy, yeah, and limber, long, flexible, and nimble, yeah, like some Slenderman looking mothers, like some real creepily, you know, like Voldo, you know. Oh, that's scary, yo. Whoa, that should be interesting. All right, so these creatures that capture their prey and store them inside and devour them slowly. Silent carapace mutant. These things are pretty creepy. This is gonna make it even creepier. Okay, 4487. Oh, where is it? Goddamn. All right, intelligent. Oh no, 87. Transparent. They're master camouflage. So, this is just a description, right? Intelligent, transparent. They're definitely less creature-like and they're more sentient. I'm gonna interpret it as that. They are more intelligent, therefore, like, you know, they can probably communicate. They're no different than the ones that are throwing vials. Let's say they're the same thing, just a different like offshoot, and we're really introducing a species of manifestation. Yeah. So that flying thing is it's them, but like, no, the other one's furry. The other one has a carapace. Maybe the carapace, man, nah, they're too different. They're way too different. Yeah, they're way too different. They're too different. Nah, too different. Okay. Different creatures. We'll get to show how dangerous it is outside, in the void, in the dark, in the black, in the meta black, the master plane. They're more intelligent, okay? They are, maybe each of these creatures are on each side because we're using a grid map. There's going to be up, left, right, down, similar to how like Legend of Mana map was. It's kind of what I would like to build on, like that type of map. Discover each location or a grid, whatever. I'll figure it out. But maybe a different event can happen on each side. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we can do 2 on. We'll figure it out. Different creatures. So yeah, they're more intelligent, which is creepy. Intelligent, transparent. I feel like they are transparent with what they want to do. Like when they see you, they first off, they sound scary, right? But when they see you, they say, come here. Come here, I'm gonna like that. Like they're like very aggressive and like almost like zombie like, but they're intelligent. Come here, I'm gonna chew on you forever, you know? And they're crazy, like they look crazy. All right, maybe they don't speak English, right? They're insectoids. Maybe they don't speak common. You don't know what they're saying, but it sounds like they're like, Rrr. They're very transparent and intelligent, like, and like, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna rip you, I'm gonna, but it sounds like, I'm gonna kill her. You know it's saying kill, like, come here, come. It's more like a come here, get over here, take. It's like all like, give me, take, come here, like, is what I'm imagining. Which is kind of creepy. Oh my God, come here. Like that, like, you know. It's hard to say what I'm trying to say without saying English words, so it's more like sounds that are like wanting sounds. That's creepy, right? That's creepy. Intelligent, like on a human level, But they make creepy, wanting, like hostile, creepy, hostile, hungering, aggressive, hungering sounds. They're intelligent, so they speak common. Yeah, they say like come here, hungering words. Come here. Take. Give me. I'm gonna. Yeah. All right. So like big rotund like giant ticks if they could walk on 2 legs, like bipedal tick, like a giant like tick that can walk upright, a giant tick like creature that walks upright. It has a shell and it eats you forever. It's That's gonna be crazy. Okay. Furry humanoid manifestation, throwing. All right. So yeah, let's drill on this because I keep wanting to say goblin. I need some better cues. So what are we working with here? 5778. Wait a minute. This is why I bought it. Like this version, I already have it and a digital copy. But I wanted this particular version, the spiral notebook version, so I can just refer to it if it's in here. It's not in there. 5778 natural steaming. I'm gonna read that. Natural steaming. The thing they carry around that contains their alchemical Molotovs is just it's filled with so many toxic items and ingredients and Molotovs that it's natural. It's always steaming. They're known when you can identify them because there's always a steam cloud following them or a smoke cloud. Vapor cloud or vapors. We'll say that. We'll go that route. Their vapor, like their satchels, their containers, or whatever they're usually using to contain these things they're throwing is always it's so bad that it's just steaming. And you see that. It's a characteristic of them. It's so prevalent with their culture. If their bag isn't steaming, something's wrong. They're not. Something's wrong. When you see them, they're usually steaming and they're usually already in the process of aggroing you. Yeah, let's go with that. Notable steaming bags. All right, those are our outside enemies. Okay, and while we're at it, let's do the main rogue. Let's do a couple more details for the main rogue though. The boss rogue, we'll call him the boss rogue. Let's do a couple more details for him though. And he's not a creature, he's not a manifestation, so we're gonna roll on the character table for him. We might have to go down the list for him because so-and-so wants him alive, so he might be important. So we're gonna roll traits, identity, personality. We're gonna roll background because he's renowned, right? Descriptor, appearance, type. We don't know his motivations yet. So we're gonna do some rolling. Let's knock out traits. We're gonna knock this out. Traits: good, limited, good, limited. He can be reasoned with to an extent. Reasonable. We'll also interpret that as his he might be more chaotic than evil. Chaotic, reasonable, lawful, like a lawful chaotic. Very limited. And what good is in that type of person? Identity. What is he like? What is he typically identified as? 2612. Enforcer, bureaucrat, enforcer, bureaucrat. I got it. This is someone who is a known factor in this area, in this realm. There's no law. Maybe there is. Doesn't matter because that's about to be erased. But he was a hero. He was a villain. He did it all. He's a very polarizing figure. He's done a lot, for good and for worse, in these realms, and he's known to be a factor. He's a legend. He's a legend. I don't know if we would need personality yet. I don't think anyone's communicating with him just yet. We can save that for another time. That's the main thread now, right? We'll save the personality. No. We'll roll personality. Only because I think I want to start the episode from before he actually, the prompt that everybody got. It's going to be like a fuller version of that. You'll see it. It'll pick up from there. Personality 3663. Emotion, mercurial. Emotion, mercurial. What's that mean? Mercurial. Subject to sudden or unpredictable changes of mood or mind. Volatile. He probably got a hold of something he wasn't supposed to get a hold of. He went through a change. He's having a suffer off moment. You never know. He's known to be very mercurial and emotionally. He's loose cannon. Over time, he's just he might have gone crazy. Or this is just one of those days. He's chaotic, unpredictable, but he's done good. But then he does stuff like this, like lay waste to the master plane, like a big bang, and the master plane revived back to where it started. Went back to where it began to start again. Personality, mercurial, volatile, and emotional. So just together, he's just I'm just going to erase that and just say he's a loose cannon. Slippery. I think we just kind of came up with his background, but I'll roll it just to kind of solidify it. To give it some more definition. Refine it a little bit. All right, here we go. 83. That's a random event because what he's doing today is being added to his background. All right, here we go. 83. Oh, damn. What is this going to be? It's going to be doubly so. Seclusion. Double seclusion. This dude was missing for a long time. No one has seen him in a long time. But today, there were rumors. People were saying they felt like they saw him. They thought they saw him recently, and those rumors were increasing. You saw him. And now here he is in the center of the master plane. Well, everything that exists out here, whatever that is, where all these different characters hail from, it's about to get changed. Everything out there is now unknown. What's next? So his background is that he used to do all these crazy things, all these cool, crazy things, good things, bad things, neutral things. He was never seen, never was right. Never seen right. He had a lot of moments. Then he went missing for a long time. And that was such a crazy part of his life that it became half of his story. A lot of people thought he was killed. Then they started seeing him. A couple weeks ago, they started seeing him. And today, he's wiping the master plane, restoring it to its birth. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that. Let's turn this light down a little bit. There we go. Ooh, that's a lot better. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. All right, descriptor. Let's get a good look at what he looks like. We're going to go dive deeper. We saw what he looked like in the opening, but what does he really look like? Let's get some more of that. 4563. Educated. Intelligent. Of course. He looks educated and intelligent. Yeah. He's got books with him. Yeah. Glasses? No glasses. He has an aura of intelligence. He's got books with him. That's how he looks educated. Not just posture, like he looks like, no. Looks educated because there's something he has. Books. It's the only really way you can look educated is by having books with you, and sure. We assume you read them, John, so you are at least somewhat educated compared to someone I see with no books. For all I know, they never read their life. We all look dumb. All right, educated. All right, so has books. He got scrolls. One of them scrolls he's reading right in front of everybody right now. Appearance. Goddamn. 95. Another double. What? Yo, if we were campaigning right now, if I was asking fake questions like in real time right now, we can make it special. We'll find out a way to make it special. We gonna make it special, baby. 95. Unusual. What? It's the artist from Master Rogue. Master Rogue is a prequel. The artist had scrolls. He looked unusual. He was very smart. Master Rogue is a prequel. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Because remember, the artist was unusual. I believe that was one of his traits too. Type. Let's see what the artist has become. In ours, he was just a mysterious artist, right? And his power was kind of crazy, if I recall. What was his power? Hold on, let me look this up. Let me go to the Codex, the Master Plane Codex. I don't have the artist on here. We'll still say it's the artist. Damn, I don't even remember what he could do. That's all right, because this is what he ended up being able to do. Let's figure out what that is. We know it's magic, or maybe it's not, because he couldn't handle it. That's why he's going crazy. 1780, combative, reassuring. He's an antagonist. He's crazy. He's reassuring, combative. He's a factor. He is a problem sometimes. He's a problem. Problematic, chaotic, all that. Okay. All right. Storm Soar. Eden's flying in. Now that we know that there are flying creatures, we might have to see if she encounters any of those on the way in. No, because she wouldn't be caught in the darkness. I feel like she would be able to get there before that happens. Before the darkness completely comes, she would have already tried to fly in and retreated to the inside. Let me take a look at her character sheet. Power, intuition. She would have definitely been on ahead of the game. Yeah, she would have been ahead of the game. So she's not going to encounter. She will not need to roll to encounter one of them flying things, and we'll just have it so that I like the interaction with Nazareth for narrative reasons. So let me read her submission again. I approach the gates looking for a new place. She's at the gates. Okay, she's not traveling to, she's at the gates. I approach the gates. It would be dangerous for a lady such as myself to walk around disguised on the road, undisguised. So I'm traveling. Okay. As I witness unfolding events, I try to understand what's going on, use my knowledge. But nonetheless, I have to act. I believe my spell of soothing words won't be used. Even if I prefer to avoid it, I fear I have no other choice. Reciting powerful words I can. Okay. She fears she has no other choice. So yeah, she's something she had to do. Okay, shit's going down. She has to. So yeah, okay. I want to see if I can tie her in with him. And she gets away. This is just for flavor, right? That just as a cool encounter. And then another person tries to like flee battle on some coward shit, right? And Nazareth grabs his ass, and that person's ass, and tosses them. He just sees that happen, which is cool because he has a Leviathan form, which is, maybe there's a history with these two characters. Maybe if I throw enough out there, they accept, they see what maybe that's something that they pursue. I don't know. There's a link. There might be a link between these two. I don't know. Totally up to them. Okay, yeah, so he'll see it. She'll just have to roll to see if she can escape. Darren is helping with others' goal. He's banding with others whose goal is to keep peace. So he is going to definitely be with Stormsar. Skinny's fighting, aiding travelers, charging gates. He's going to help Eden escape. There's some synergy there. She'll get a bonus from Darren. Father Edmund should have no issues depending on where he's going. All right, Nazareth fighting and getting through. Okay. Nazareth says anyone not fighting, he grabs. Eden's the only one not fighting, so he would try to grab her. That puts him in direct conflict. I will approach the sentries casually and confidently, resenting as though the darkness behind me is a mirror. Everyone gets a command to stand strong and fight the incoming darkness. So I'm going to split this up. So there's going to be the initial, everyone is trying to, everyone's like, going about their business. And then you realize they're being barred out. People start to try to go in, and then people start getting killed. The player characters that's when the player characters come in, and they see this tide of slaughter occur, and now they're trying to get in, and by now what's happening inside is taking place. The sky's filling black, and it's like kind of funneling over and filling everything outside with darkness. And the darkness is approaching because it's like coming out like a spout, and then it's closing in on the center. So there's the first part where they're just they're fighting guards, they're fighting minions to try to get in, and then the monsters come, and then that's when Nazareth is going to use his Colosseum to trap them to face what's approaching. Something's coming, and he traps them and encourages everybody to fight. So it's time to look at some characters to see which ones would actually have a problem with that. Starting with Ev Stormsar. Taciturn, compassionate, cunning. Taciturn, isn't that kind of like chill? A person reserved or uncommunicative in speech, saying little. Yeah, okay. So he's not completely opposed to being forced in a bubble and encouraged to fight, especially if he's already fighting. All right, what about Darren? Darren Loneswift? Tough but fair ex-general from the army. Kind to those who are peaceful and law-abiding, but strict and swift to react. Swift to react to those who would sow chaos. Is a baker by trade. Oh, this is the baker, right? Who may or may not give out a lot of handouts secretly. Yo, strict and swift to react. Strength, toughness. He's persuasive. Zone of truth. Can make one target that looks into Darren's eyes be compelled to tell the truth. Darren Loneswift is going to react. You all right? All right, what about Skinny? Philosophical, lawful, good, unless the law inhibits the good. Intelligence, willpower. Bane of folly. Magic. He unleashes a devastating sermon against foolish behavior, reducing the confidence and ability of enemy hearers. Unless they can make an intellect save. Unless useless if they don't speak the same language. Negotiations. and appraisals, well versed in business, religion, and philosophy, well versed in all common ideologies. Is the God King a god? Is he a leader of a religion? Learned, highly educated in the classical style medicine. If things get out of hand, I think Skinny would get involved. Alai, voice of the warband. Hopefully this don't get ugly. Ruthless, relentless, born leader. Voice of the warband. Alai shouts, her voice heard clear over the battlefield, either rousing her raiders or demoralizing her foes. Lay waste, swings her axe in a wide arc, laying waste to anyone foolish enough to stand close to her. Shrug it off, leans in to attack, allowing it to make contact with her. The pain furthers her resolve and bolsters her godless magic. A focus on her hatred of spellcasters and gods, granting her increased abilities to shake off any effect that would control her mind or actions. Rough Rider. Alai's skill on horseback is second to none. Battlefield taunt. Alai's gift is her curse. She can never stop her eternal raid on the people of this land. I don't see any conflict, but I need a good fight scene with these two. Her and Naz. Not against each other, along, on teams. Ash. Naive, trusting. Okay. She would be heavily inspired by the rally to fight, which she's already fighting. I want a scene of her showing her being rallied, like be impacted, because she's naive and trusting. She's getting imagine getting just the encouragement from the God King Nazareth Lord. And then you got Darren, alongside you. Father Edmund, he's not going to be near that. But let me just take a look at him again. Austere, harsh young man devoted to keeping the balance of the universe according to his faith. Nazareth, playing the role of a lifetime. You gotta have characters like this. These are the best part. These are the best parts of the show. Characters playing their character fully through as an antagonist is not easy. It's about balance. And Nazareth is a specimen because not only did he build his character to do what he's role-playing because of how his character is built. He's full circle, a complete tool of narrative destruction, luck manipulation, better odds of succeeding, juggernaut, full tank. Okay. And he's doing what again? I will approach this confidently presenting and I will use my king's command skill and say, making contact with my toughness. Stand strong and fight the incoming darkness. And laugh as I tell them to embrace the glorious battle alongside their God King. I'll then activate my Night Coliseum, trapping us. So to anyone who's not, he will attack and throw them. So we'll show him do it to an NPC just to get as a proof of concept, and then that's when he'll come in contact with her. She's disguised as some dude that's running. She's trying to escape, so he's gonna see her. He tries to throw her. He throws her. If she fails, then she'll turn into a dragon and fly in, and everybody be like, and he'll be like interested, right? Like, Then the shadows come. Yeah, grab check on Eden. On success, she's thrown like he wants, but she transforms. If she fails, she gets away and is able to fly in because more people are coming. She just is fucking, flies up. I have to roll to see how Darren reacts, or if he sees it. He will react. RP Darren reaction. So let's see what Darren would do, right? Let's look at his submission. Darren Lone Swift. Did he speak to this? If anything like this would happen, I can only go off of that. And yes, he will react because his personality says it. Making his way to the tower, when he arrives, he plans to use the shielding other ability to take as much damage and essentially tank for others trying to escape, and using his flaming weapon ability to increase his weapon's power. And when he does, he is surrounded. He will use his flaming. If he meets up with other rogues fighting on his side, he will make sure to protect them. And I'm going to make it so that he might be he's the reason that they might survive this, despite being thrown in by Nazareth. He's going to be the reason they might survive this. So he'll be able to achieve his goal of saving others trying to get away. If he meets up with other rogues fighting on his side, he will make sure to protect them, and using his armor and shield will try to take hits for them. His ultimate goal is to band together with anyone trying to help keep the peace and make his way into the Tower Refuge. So he's going to be very busy with keeping people alive. And his the reason that they, survive. We'll roll. Does he keep them alive? Ev storms soar. Using parkour, deftly navigate across the land toward the guards. Fueled by vengeance at the senseless death of the echoes of screams. Ringing at the same time, same tune as the cards I hear now. When I'm upon the shadowy guards, I use my Sasumata attack, giving civilians a chance to escape. With my danger sense and extremely high reflexes and high value, I would try to evade and counter any straight attack wherever they may emerge. If I'm disarmed, I would also look toward where the epicenter of this conflict was and make plans to venture there. Okay, yeah. He's a reason civilians get away. He'll be another reason some civilians get away. So Darren will get a bonus from F, helping him, and a bonus from Skinny. And Skinny gets a bonus from Darren. Skinny, dropping my card of wood, I rush to the aid of the other travelers and cry, everyone drop card of wood, charge gates, with those who have courage to fight. I'm going to say all that happens. They're leading the charge to get in. It's a lot of these dudes, right? And they're fighting. And it's kind of, they're kicking ass, but more stuff happens. They're so busy, the others are so busy trying to protect the civilians that leaves, Ev and a few, who's just fighting to be fighting with a lot more of them, a lot more enemies to fight. So it's balanced because he's taking them out. So they're not completely wiping them out. They're kind of outnumbered to be doing that. And then that's when Alai comes. Alai. I think I finally figured out how to say that. She looks at the remnants of reward band. All right, Alai. Seen with the darkness is approaching from behind. She turns to the leader. It's over as far as also the darkness in the reward band. So Alai, she has, after she conquers the front, she's saying that she's going for the leader. Okay. Divine aura, I call upon my God to shelter me and my allies from harm for a prolonged duration, reducing incoming damage slightly. So the issue, what's kind of making things a little strange, is that Nazareth is throwing up a shield. And I'm trying to decide when that happens, because there's two things that are about to happen. There's these guys, and then there's the darkness coming from behind. If he's putting up the shield, the darkness and the creatures in the darkness would be an obstacle for them. And he's pretty much blocking them off, right? But he's trying to go for trapping people in there with him. So who's the worst threat, the sworded minions or the creatures on the outside? So it's like he has the shield up, and then he realizes that the real threat's on the outside, and you're keeping them at bay. You're not fighting them. So when does he put the shield up? Does he put it up for the minions because he doesn't know about the darkness coming? No, he doesn't care about the darkness coming. I remember him saying that. So he puts it up for the minions. It's a nuisance to him. He ain't worried about it. And maybe he releases the shield so we can progress through the story. And, he releases the shield to get a taste of what those minions can, what the darkness can do. So yeah, he decides to put the shield up when Eden gets away. Like, you know what? No one's getting out of here. After seeing her fly away, he's like, you know what? Matter of fact, Coliseum. And then they fight more of the minions, and then the darkness comes. And then the war band comes. Alai, the war band. They're going there and they're to kind of get into the tower for cover, right? But also, they see there's a potential threat. They're kind of joining the fight, and then the darkness comes. And they await outside the bubble, the Coliseum, and face the darkness alone. And this is kind of seen by Alai. It looks like Nazareth is hiding, and she's like, I'll handle this. We'll take care of this. And then maybe that's why Nazareth removes it and gets into that fight that happens with the creatures, with the manifestations. Yeah, that's that way we get best of all the worlds. Lazuli Melray says, my goal was to find a way to break through the shadows blocking the way towards the tower. So she will have arrived after the darkness. She's in the darkness, so she's outside of the bubble. I will use fire manipulation to give myself light and attack first guard I see. After that, I will try to get closer and see if I can spot an opening between the guards. She'll encounter some guards that are lost in the darkness, and then she'll get through. So she is after bubble, after Coliseum, outside with Alai, fighting. Getting through encounters guards to get through. So she has a fight with guards, and we got to roll to see if she encounters creatures, manifestations. Father Edmund. Stealth check to get past guards. On success, he gets past, and we see guards killed by manifestations, because I want to see some manifestation kills. On fail, he doesn't say anything about fighting. So on fail, one of the other characters are going to have to save him. Might be Skinny, might be Darren, might even be Eli. And then he sneaks into the shadows. Okay, so I'll probably have a couple scenes of showing some outside life. I'll have a scene showing some inside life. Then I'll go back and forth and show as things unfold. I like the idea of ending with everyone, squabbling inside, right? Because some shit's gonna go down. Eli wants him dead. Darren wants dude alive. A couple people want him alive. Sam, the baker. Something's gonna go down, and I like the thought of ending with everybody like looking out, like someone says, "Look, y'all," looking outside and just see it's just complete darkness and it's just nothing out there. And hopefully Shin and Ouija Raz learn what just happened by deciphering that man's craft. Or eventually they learn if they can keep him alive from Eli. And they look outside, right? And then we cut to Eden, who is outside in a larger spot for her dragon form, looking with a better view of outside. And we zoom out and we stop the episode there and establish that the only place they're familiar with is this settlement that they're in now. Yeah. All right. Inside. Oh, wait. And outside, Ev is looking for Ouija. So I'm going to say finds Ouija, who might be involved in some shit. Storm Soar. Lazuli. As chaos erupts, I will immediately scan it. All right. Don't have bloody time for this. Not today, damn you. Oh, we gotta make sure we get that dialogue in there. We gotta get that dialogue in there. Ouija! Dialogue. Gotta get it in there. Search for Ev. Search for Ev. Immunity barrier. Roll check. Drop back. Decipher craft. Roll stealth. Then decipher. Bonus if drop back was successful. If deciphered, we'll use disruption spell. If not, energy jab. I love that ultimatum. Disrupt if deciphered. If not, energy jab. Conflict with others. Seeking her temple stolen relic. So I like this because that tells me that she's looking for something and it's here. Why would, so we can link her to someone who potentially has it. Do we have any thieves? I don't want to put anyone in direct conflict because Sister Kalea is kind of scared. So I don't want to force anyone into like a conflict with this person because I don't know how serious she is about it. But we got to figure out where I want to put that relic in this scene. The boss has it. It's just something he wanted. He plans to, it might not be the thing he's doing now. It's just something she knows he has that, it's somehow stolen and he has it and she knows it. She's looking for him. He's here. The artist has it. Let's look at Sister Kalea real quick. Bold, pious, self-righteous, judgmental, willpower, toughness. Yeah, she's after him. I wouldn't even be surprised if she's the one that confronts him and then he starts talking. Yeah, I like that. He says something along the lines of, man, it's too, you don't need, never mind that. All this don't matter. It's over. It confronts him just before he starts. Miasma wins at bay. She's going to use Harden to increase toughness. I wanted to show that when she confronts him to break between it when he starts happening, that scene is broken with her being attacked first. And I'm not going to roll to see if she's hurt because this is just the DM's way of her casting her ability is by it working. I could just show her turning into stone, but that would be whack, right? It's unchallenged because it's flavor. So she confronts him, and then one of, to show how lethal these minions are, these thugs, they go to stab her, and she uses Harden to increase her toughness to show that, and then shit goes down. She dispatches him and shit goes down. So that's going to be badass. Harden to increase toughness, display through stab. Yeah, that's gonna be tight. Sculpt stone, create opening in wall to help people get over. So that's gonna probably be, she ends up seeing how she sees what he's trying to do and knows that it requires death. And so her best move is to escape, create a way for people to go so they can get away. That's easy for her to do. She'll do that while focusing on him. Sees, He needs death. Opens wall for people to escape. Blizzard blades impale minions foolish to follow. Maybe, she's not foolish. When she sees who these assassins involved, these henchmen involved, she decides to, fall back and get the people out. Because the winds it might be hard to keep the miasma at bay. Because his miasma is looking a little different. It's not just it's probably like several cyclones of this miasma. Master level magic and shit, right? She's like, I can't sit here and fight this. I'm gonna die. So let me fall back. And that's why she helps everyone retreats. She retreats with them and discourages minions to follow. Blizzard blades on them as well. She ends up closing a doorway behind her, sealing in the miasma. William Toth. He wants to survive and save others. He does so, saves others. When I'm writing this, I'm thinking of it all unfolding at the same time. So he's surviving and saving others. Grabs his paddle on the way out. I want to see some fairy style. So we'll see a fight. We see an encounter. He's moving carefully though, so he's getting the jump on them. Offers to those who defending promise of warm meal, and so he's encouraging people and promising meals. Handing out satchels to those risking lives. To those fighting. Uses fellow wanderer and death sense. I needed to look into that. Okay, kind of seance specialist. Willem can call on the spirits of the deceased by name to learn information that might have otherwise been lost to time. Oh shit. This information can come to Will directly or be spoken through Will aloud. Either way, he too gains that knowledge. That's fucking crazy magic. Ferryman tradition, that's unwanted. Deceased. You can't tell how old he is. Gastronomer fancies himself a chef, cooking a true passion. He's capable of cooking with unique, uncommon ingredients and recognizing which ones are beneficial or dangerous. Using this knowledge will craft meals that stave off illness and help those who enjoy to feel revitalized. Parkour. Oh wait, no, I lost track. Protective satchels, small protective pouches from natural items that he's collected, bones, rocks, and dried herbs. Each pouch is useful for protecting an individual wearing or carrying it from a single instance of its intended protection. It's like a little mini disposable utility belt for anything you need. Dead sense. Willem recognizes when there are dead around. High enough concentrations of death might prompt him to do a seance. Fellow wanderer. Will has learned to recognize and leave magical notes from and for fellow travelers. These notes are... Alright, I need a scene where somebody uses that. That's awesome. Someone finds one of his notes. Need a scene where someone finds one of his notes. So if we encounter a character who is looking to leave, we'll say they... Closing doorway behind her, sealing the miasma. So they ultimately find an escape into a route, and we zoom in on one of the marks that he left maybe some time ago. He tells them like, "Hey, make a left, boom, boom, boom," and they do, and they follow, and they, Ovaz, radiant beacon ability. In order to provide a rallying focus point for any forces resisting this dark invade. All right, so radiant beacon, Ovaz. Radiant beacon, Ovaz. Ovaz can infuse his soul with Lantern's essence, becoming a living beacon of hope. In this state, he radiates a powerful aura of positive energy, bolstering the morale and resilience of allies while weakening the resolve of enemies, instilling a deep sense of faith and determination in those around him. So, in order to provide a rallying focus point, all right, so everyone is rallied. He's rallying. Radiant beacon, Ovaz. He's a radiant beacon of hope, stalling, approaching enemies, and bolstering and rallying allies. Ally courage. It's not like they don't get like bonus to strength, do they? Radiant powerful aura, positive energy, bolstering morale and resilience. Ally morale, toughness, willpower, resilience. Okay. He'll prioritize protecting himself and others nearby, summoning the Shield of Dawn. Damn it, Shield of Dawn. Shield of Dawn. Shield of Dawn. Shield of Dawn. Channels a spear of woven light to deflect attacks and ward off darkness. Oh, snap. So he's going to be like, he's actually going to be able to defend people. Defending people with Shield of Dawn. Deflecting attacks, warding darkness. The damage or destroy any malicious entities using illuminating sight if necessary to defend himself or those in his care. Illuminating sight. What's that? What's illuminating sight? What's illuminating sight? Ovaz channels the light of Lantir through his eyes. In addition to granting him keen eyesight, he is able to project light from his eyes. He can adjust them to either illuminate a wider area, scope of vision with less intensity, or to focus in a laser-like precision with more intensity. Obviously, something below Cyclops power level-wise, since this is only an above-average rank ability. But I'm thinking this is still something the undead would not want to mess with. Okay, so that's good for the undead. It's light. It's like a light, a benevolent light. Shooting light from eyes. We'll have a scene where he uses this on something that tries to get inside, like a jump scare. Right at the end, something tries to get inside, and he blasts it. Jump scare at door. Give me one of those things. Jump scare at door. If forced to retreat, he will use the Lantern of Revelation to light the way and prioritize getting outside where he can summon Radis to provide a means for escape. Lantern of Revelation. Ovaz can summon a mystical lantern infused with Lantir's divine knowledge, which lights the path of Lantir's will. The lantern illuminates hidden truth and secrets and is capable of revealing invisible or concealed entities and objects within its light. Ovaz can use this ability to uncover hidden enemies and locate that which is lost. Ovaz is going to use this to find a way into the panic shelter that Willem Toth has set up with paths that lead to. It's gonna reveal all the little hidden notes. Lantern of Revelation reveals notes showing path to panic room for civilians. Asal. I hide amongst the crowd. Alright, so she's hiding, looking for an exit. If blocked, will fight with sword and might remove mask to stun them. Priority is to escape. Okay, let's see. What is this mask thing? Self-rejuvenation. What does she mean by that? I will fight with my sword, and if push comes to shove, I will even take off my mask to stun them. Take off mask to stun them. Is there an ability I'm not seeing? Something with a mask, something with a hood, a mask that covers her nose and mouth. Supernatural charisma, intimidation, able to make others like her and prone to her suggestions due to her unnatural beauty. Able to make others like her and prone to her suggestions due to her unnatural beauty. Over time, as they are more and more exposed to her beauty, her charm slowly and gradually weans off and transforms into something creepy. Stunned with mask to get away. Priority is to escape. Block will fight with sword. Sword. So Asal's gonna get a stealth check. Fight. If fail, what can she do when her mask is off again? She can stun. Prone to her suggestions. Okay. Due to unnatural beauty, you like her. Okay. To cloud self and shadows. So on the outside, we're gonna start off with Father Edmund approaching the settlement. He's listening to voices. He's told this is where you need to be. He passes the war band because they're on the outside chilling and plotting as well. Because remember, they're not there yet, at the gates at least. Darren and Skinny are cutting wood. Darren's cutting wood. Skinny is cutting wood. We'll say this is wood for the bakery that Darren is managing. Outside the gates, wrapping up, finishing up his day. Lazuli, we're going to show Lazuli alone in the crowd out front of the gates. Use this as an opportunity to build some vision craft here, see what's going on around everywhere. You know, same with Ash, Ev, Stormsore, and Eden. You know, these are characters that, well, Ev is here on a mission. You know, he's looking to meet up with Ouija, who's on the inside. Ash and Eden both are looking for a new place to start. They want to be in civilization. So we're going to have them in the crown. And they're going to be the first ones to witness the violence starting to ensue. With the hired mercenaries now getting violent, keeping people out, and the onslaught's going to start. Ev is going to fight. Lazuli gets attacked. It's going to fight. Darren and Skinny arrive. They're fighting and aiding. You know, we show it being chaotic. We show it not getting any better. Something needs to tide the battle. What tides the fight? Naz. So Naz's scene is going to really kick off things. Nazareth Lord is going to approach the minions. He's going to, tell them to kneel. We're going to see if that works. He's going to kill those who don't. If they attack their weapon, we're going to show their weapon breaking on his body. Obviously, we're going to have to show him bodying a few of them. It's going to be his fight check. He's also going to rally people to join in on the fight, regular civilians. Some will, and some will get brutally maimed. We're going to show that to show how reckless and chaotic it is to have people just rally and fight. He's enjoying it. We're showing his lust for battle. One guy pushes a mother and a child on the ground in an attempt to flee. He bumps into Nazareth, and Nazareth sees him fleeing, and he picks his ass up, throws him into the fight, and he's killed. We want to show that Nazareth is not a good guy. And then another person bumps into Nazareth, and it's Eden. He doesn't know that. He grabs her, he throws her, she transforms into a dragon, because that's what she wants to do, and she gets in. She gets away. He sees this. He's like, Sam sees this. Sam sees him try to throw her, and he was going to say something until she turned to a dragon. They were both shocked. Naz is like, you know what? Nobody's getting away now. After she flies off, Naz puts up the Coliseum. Boom, Coliseum is up. Everyone is fighting for their lives in this Coliseum. Naz trapped them all in with the minions. Alai sees this from afar. Shit's going down. She says her speech, gives orders. They approach, and they fight the remainders outside of the Coliseum. Eye contact with Naz to show like, hey, you call yourself a warrior, but I'm out here fighting these guys. You're over there. They see each other fighting. They kind of, peep each other's combat prowess, and then the darkness starts coming, and then Alai has to fight whatever is in the darkness coming. Eventually, and Father Edmund sneaks through. Ash rallied, fights with Naz on the inside. Lazuli gets through. Manifestations come. It's going to be very dark, and it's going to be very horror, very scary. The Flyers are going to take out henchmen and civilians. We're going to have Alai do a fight check with them. Naz wants some of that. He removes the Coliseum, joins in on the fight with the darkness, and again, everyone else that he rallies. Snatchers and Flyers take out civilians. Warband and Naz fight. Ev, Sam, and Skinny are now in this fight out in the darkness. They eventually get in, everybody in. Naz probably stays out and fights. Bombers take on Naz. We're gonna have some bomber action. Those little bomber creatures. Alai, Darren, and Ev do eventually go inside, and that's where we encounter that last act. But when they go inside, it's going to be the end of everything that happened on the inside. And on the inside is very interesting. On the inside, we have, we're going to show Will serving people. He's doing his thing. Sam and Shin are going to be, amongst some of the patrons. They're going to be looking at the different pouches that he has, because he has pouches that have all these really great things in them. Shin is in alchemy, so she's going to be finding things that she's never seen before and surprised about, right? Because he's got some crazy stuff in there, and she's like, oh, I can add this I've been looking for this. Sam, he's a bounty hunter, so he is going to be looking for work. He's going to be like, yo, you got anything here? In which Will would say, I'm not really from here. That's who you want to talk to, something like that. Ovaz and Era, they're going to be sitting at their own tables. They're all going to be socializing. Then in walks the artist. He's going to set up in the center. He's going to be accompanied by those creepy, wispy mercenary band. Everyone notices. They're talking. Sister Kalea notices, and definitely Sam, because Sam is a bounty hunter. There is a bounty on. It was an exceptional yes. There is a bounty on Will's, on the artist. Sister Kalea approaches because of everything because he has the artifact. I don't know if that part also got destroyed or unrecorded, but I stated that we're linking him to the artifact that's missing as well. Sister Kalea knows he has it, whether he knows it's stolen or not. He has it. She goes to approach him about it, immediately blocked by the goons. And then he begins his spell, the miasma. People begin dying, people running and killed. Sam reacts. Kalea is attacked. She repels miasma. Sam's fighting. Oiji's listening and attacking and fighting. Shin is observing, also listening in to see what the guy is casting. Zenera escapes. She startles Shin. Shin blends in and leaves with crowd. That way we have a way to pull Shin out as well, because she gets lost and like looking for stuff. Sister Kalea is attacking and aiding the escape. Willem is aiding. Willem is fighting. He's aiding the escape. Ovaz is fighting. Willem gives directions. Ovaz and Sister gets everyone out. Ovaz finds with the revelation using Ovaz. They find Spot using Lantern of Revelation. It looks like Willem might not make it. Sam, Oiji fighting remaining enemies. Willem makes it later and offers food, saying we're going to get out of this. In the last act, Alai gets in there, goes after the rogue. Sam Darren stops. Whatever happens, either she's going to say her line where she's like, now let's talk about, you bowing to me, or Sam and Darren they're going to have to apprehend her, knock her unconscious probably, and fight her band. We're going to cut it off before there because that's a whole nother thing. This is just introduction. So we'll just have them. That's what we'll do. We'll have them give a little bit. Somebody will win the initial, right? But we're not going to go all out. And then that's when the revelation of how the new world is outside. Doors going to open. It's going to be dark. They're going to be like, yo, everybody look. It's going to be a very obscure out there, representing the fog of the master plane. Everything's going to have to be rediscovered. Then we're going to do the jump scare of one of the creatures trying to attack Ovaz. Opportunity to show his light power. Again, clears it out, but not before that thing like snatches a civilian's arm. Ovaz gets it away, and then we're going to pan out, zoom out from Eden's view, because she's going to be somewhere higher. She's going to get a better view of the darkness, showing that the master plane is back to the beginning again. Yeah. All right, let's do some rolls, starting with the inside. All right, so in Ev, all right, so Ev Stormsoar is going to be fighting these let's see how potent these things are. Where's that one-page creature crafter at? All right, so I'm going to be rolling on the one-page creature crafter for the potency, and pretty much I'll roll 1d10. A 1 is about 50% lower than my expectations. 2 to 3 is 25% lower than my expectations. 4 to 7 is what I expected. 8 to 9 is 25% higher, and 10 is about 50% higher. Okay, so let me figure out. All right, so starting off with we'll do all the creatures that are going to be in this now. I say the Tattoo Mercenaries, if they were hired by him, they're top notch, right? Especially if they're potentially the ones responsible for slaughtering Ev and Oiji's homeland or home village. I'm going to say I expect them to be pretty high. I'm going to say they're high. I'm going to say high. Yeah. Roll a d10. 10. That is 50% higher. So twice as high. So that's, wow, exceptional. Incredible. Holy crap. This changes everything. These are very, very nimble, powerful, like potent, like minions. We're gonna in our lore we're gonna do a lore contest for the names. Matter of fact, because they're long and limber, we'll call them the let's have the names. Let's make the mythic roles be the DNA of the names of these creatures. You know what I mean? Kind of like how all Pokemon are like onomatopoeias on the Japanese translation of the English word, or vice versa. I rolled tree-like, and I forgot what the other one was. It turned out that it meant they were limber, like trees, limber, so very nimble. And they are mercenaries. They have unusual tattoos, right? We'll call them the fallen trees. The fallen trees. We'll call them the fallen trees. Incredible potency. Damn. That's what they're working with. All right. What about the, let's call them grab-a-wanters, grab-a-snatchers, grab-a-wanter, grab-a-wanter, grab-a-wanter. Taken once, taken once, take and once. Want and takers, taken wanters, taken wanters, taken wanter, take and wanter, taken wanters. They always taken and they always wanting. How dangerous or how potent are these things? Oh wait, I need to declare what I first think they are. I always thought they were probably like high as well. So a 5 is like, these things are really dangerous in my opinion. I think these things are really dangerous. Very like top tier, like a high. So let me see, 5, what I expect. So high, potency, high. Yeah. All right. What about the flying dolphin petrodactyls? They're like, I would say, you know, not to be slept on. They're about an average, I would think. They're about an average, I would think. 2. So 25% lower. So below average. Okay. What are we going to call these things? They can manipulate sound. Flying liars. Flying liars. Flyer liars. Flyer liars. Flyer liars. Yeah, I like that. They deceive you with their voice, with the sounds they can make, and kill you. All right, and the furry vial throwers, I would say like below average. I would say like they're like a below average. More of a nuisance. 5, what I expect. So below average. Humanoid manifestation. That's it. Call them. I like chemists. Call them by their occupation. They're known for just creating some pretty nasty, vile chemical weapons. We'll just call them chemists. Okay. So Darren, Skinny, and Ev. So we'll start off with Will serving some of the characters who aren't really going to be fighting. That way we get them in before the fight starts. Each character, you know, have them socializing. Then in walks the renowned rogue, the artist, with his creepy mercenary band, the Walking Trees, the Fallen Trees. Everyone notices, including Sister Kalea, Sam, due to him being a bounty hunter. He'll be the one that, you know, since he's a bounty hunter, he'll be the one that kind of knows them as the Fallen Trees. Sister Kalea approaches and is blocked. Sister Kalea is going to approach because she's looking for the artifact. We're going to say that the artist, him being a magician now, or what, you know, some sort of powerful person who's really into magic, we'll say he has the artifact, and that's why she's here. She goes up, she approaches. She's you know, blocked by the goons. They don't let her pass through. He begins to cast the spell that kicks off the event. People start dying, running around. They get killed by the people barricading them in. That's when we'll have Sam react, because he's not going to be down for that. Kalea is going to be attacked, and that's how we're going to have her show off her magic. Sam is fighting. Oiji is listening, and Shin and Oiji will be listening, trying to understand what he's doing, and that way, hopefully, we can. Let me write that down. That's going to be a check, some kind of intelligence check or whatever skill he's using, and Shin. Cipher check. Shin's gonna get this observe check, see if she can understand what he's doing. Zanera escapes, she'll get a combat check and an escape check. Sister is fighting, she's fighting and aiding the escape. William is aiding, so he'll get a fight check. He'll be aiding as well. Ovas fighting. Willem gives directions. Ovas, sister gets everyone out. They find a spot. Lantern of Revelation. It looks like Willem might not make it. Ooh. And if he wins his check, he'll definitely be able to make it. If not, someone else will save him. Sam, Oiji fighting, and the enemies are nothing. They're not little. William makes it later. Offers food. Okay. And then Alai comes in, going after the main guy. Luckily, everybody is cleared out, because shit might go down, because Sam and Darren want him alive, and Alai is kind of crazy, right? So revelation of status, and then they see everything outside, and that's where we'll stop. Okay. Oh yeah, Nav is going to, it's a spectator sports for him, spectating and enjoying the battle that he's watching. Okay. All right. Let's see who has some checks. All right. So starting with outside. Father Edmund approaches the settlement, listens to voices. He's told where he needs to be. He passes the warband. They're chilling. No checks there. Darren and Skinny cutting wood while Darren manages bakery. There. Lazuli's alone, nothing there. Ash, Ev, Eden, and Crow, they witness violence ensuing, and then the onslaught occurs. Ev fights Lazuli, and Lazuli gets attacked. So we're going to do a roll for Ev and Lazuli. They're both probably somewhere. They're not together. So Ev. All right, so Ev is using parkour to get around. All right, I got to remember to show Ev doing parkour. Ev parkouring. Okay, so looking to find Luigi Ra's motive for coming to settlement. Looking for Luigi. Okay, fueled by vengeance. Here's the screams. Fueled by vengeance. The screams. So I feel like him being fueled by vengeance, danger sense, martial arts, eternal trance, a magical trance I can enter that allows me to no longer require food, drink, skulking, subterfuge, infiltration, parkour, lockpicking, scavenger, locating and crafting resources and environment for food, water, and shelter. Okay, parkour fueled by attacks guards with Sasumata, martial art or using a Sasumata or man catcher for counter striking and disarming and grappling. Sasumata, danger sense reflexes. That's his exceptional. Sasumata is high. Weapon summon, looking for center of conflict. Okay, so he has a Sasumata, he has reflexes. That should come in handy. His Sasumata is high rank. His danger sense is exceptional. All right, so I'm gonna roll him versus some goons. And this is like, I imagine this is just like the initial conflict, so they're probably not they're not like jumping them yet, so he probably can take out a lot of them if they're trying to shoot the fade, trying to shoot the fair one with them. He could probably take on at least 3, right? Especially with danger sense, 4 or 5. All right, so he's at exceptional. These guys are at incredible, right? Because I felt they would be high, and it was an exceptional. They were way higher. I rolled like a 50% stronger, so they're incredible. So they're not really. You got to be careful with them. They're not. They're pretty formidable enemies. So I have him at he's using an incredible. I'm sorry, high, because in his submission he said, I definitely navigate when I am upon a shadowy guards. I use my son to attack and give the civilians a chance to escape. So this is for a purpose of letting them get a chance to escape. I have him at incredible. I mean, not incredible, high. All right, so high versus incredible, and I'm gonna say the chaos it's escalating. We're still at 5. We'll be in the middle for now. This is just happening. So things are escalating, but we're still in the same. No, we'll say this is a scene change and things start. We're right on the cusp of the scene, things getting a little chaotic. So we'll say chaos is at 5. All right, so his Sama Sujutsu, his Samu Sasumata Jutsu versus their incredible thuggery. We'll say they're at like a high, because their potency is incredible. So they're definitely more. Being nimble is their main feature. So they can't also be incredible. It's not likely they're also incredible with their combat skill, and just using base what we rolled off their potency. We'll say that their combat skill, instead of rolling each and everything, we don't have to do that all the time. But we'll say with someone who's known for being fast and their potency is incredible, we'll say that their at least offensive capability is going to be, we'll say high. I would like to think that each character is incredible, being that with what they were given to be, their stat spread. We'll say that their combat is probably also high. So, which is good. This is way above the average fighter, thug, mercenary. So we'll do high versus high, 50-50. I don't think he's outnumbered yet, but I think his danger sense would even that out anyway. So we'll do, he needs, chaos is still 55, high versus high. Anything under a 50. Ev Storm Soar. Is that an exceptional yes? Oh, it's just over an exceptional. Just over an exceptional yes. Almost an exceptional yes. But it's definitely a yes. Almost an exceptional yes. So he overcomes just as he planned. I didn't even give, you know what? I didn't even give him a bonus for being fueled by vengeance. I mean, it's not really an ability either, but it's an emotional thing, right? People were getting slaughtered. I'm gonna give him a bonus because it should remind him of that. We're gonna say that's an exceptional yes instead is what we'll do. That's an exceptional yes because it should be exceptional versus high, which that would have been an exceptional yes. Exceptional yes, he wins. All right, and Lazuli. My goal was to find a way to break through the shadows block. I will use my fire manipulation, and after that, use light to find a way. All right, so we're not on her part yet. I'll show her reacting. Yeah, reacting, and then we'll show Ed fighting. We won't see Lazuli till later when she's trying to escape away from the darkness and get inside. All right, then we show Darren and Skinny arrive, and they're fighting together. Let's roll a fight check for them. Yeah, he's fighting and aiding. Yeah, charging gates. He's fighting and shielding others with his axe skills. All right, Darren. His axe is on fire. He's flaming. High. Using quick reflexes and some sort of magic, Darren can take hits. Okay, yeah. So he's going to be using his high axe skills to fight. And Skinny and all the support he brings. Divine aura, above average big axe. So he's definitely using that above average big axe, but he's definitely, his presence and his divine aura is going to be assisting with the combo effort of not only fighting, but also helping people get away, because that is what he is doing as well. Fighting, shielding others. So exceptional plus Darren's divine healing and aura, and this is perfect for what they're trying to do. I'm gonna have to give them an exceptional. I'm gonna have to give him a +2. It's such a dramatic bonus he's getting from Darren's help. So exceptional +2, exceptional +2. So we're gonna say awesome versus high. We'll say awesome because they're going against multiple ones. So there's just their power, their efforts total. We'll say it'll be awesome versus incredible. Awesome versus incredible. Anything under a 55. Anything under a 55. I'm gonna have to give another bonus. Nah, it's good enough bonuses. Exceptional +2, yeah. Anything under 55, let's go. That's a critical yes. They clean up in the best way. Perfect for an opening scene. Hell yeah. So they're gonna clear up. They're gonna do pretty well for themselves in that regard. Chaos. All right, then Nazareth approaches minions. He tells them to kneel. Using King's command. Through the fear and respect of Nazareth can rule with an iron grasp. The strong are drawn to him, the weak admire him, and his enemies fear him, for he is the embodiment of peak physical perfection and confidence. When he speaks, he's captivating and persuasive, and people listen to him. Listening to him can't help but follow. So he tells them to kneel, getting an above average magic. So he's using his passive magic of his passive skill of King's command. So we'll say above average. That's above average. So we'll use his above average passive ability to be very charismatic. We'll give him a +1 bonus from his willpower buff, since he's trying his own will. He's buffing his own will, okay, but he's imposing it too. King's will. So his charisma plus he's imposing his will, so we'll do above average +1. Then he has luck manipulation. This innate magic skill allows Nazareth better odds at succeeding at any of his actions. So things seem to go his way because of external factors. So it might, the person he's in this situation, it just happens to be a day where these people are feeling nervous about what's about to happen, and they're a little shaken, ripe for being influenced by this, this giant entity, Nazareth Lord. So we'll give him another bonus for the fact that it's a perfect day. Just so happens to be a perfect day for these people who, they're a little shaken already by being commanded by the artist. Yeah, they know they're about to die, so they see this person. He's like, listen to me instead, and some of them will break to that. So we'll do above average. We'll do above average +2, above average +2, and we'll say that they're incredible. So they probably have some pretty high willpower, but they're mercenaries at the end of the day. So we'll say their willpower is probably like high. It's probably like high, nothing too crazy. At least for this role, it will be. This could change later. All right, so we'll do above average +2. So exceptional versus high. Anything under 65. Anything under exceptional versus high. King's command, telling them to kneel. Exceptional versus high. 52. That's a yes. Are there any that don't kneel? Because they're just by chance, just for the sake of him, for the sake of his example, right? If they all kneel, that's cooler. But just to say, if there's one that doesn't, maybe they didn't hear, you know what I mean? They're coming around the corner and shit. They don't kneel. Is there anyone that doesn't kneel and unfortunately misses the message? We'll say somewhat unlikely. We'll say somewhat unlikely. We'll say somewhat unlikely. Anything under a 35. We'll say this is an exceptional yes. Not only is it someone that didn't hear, it's the leader of them that doesn't hear. And he comes out and sees people kneeling. He's like, "What the f is going on? Let's do that. Let's do that." And he does what he wants to do on at least one of their leaders. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll say it's the leader. We'll say it's the leader. So we'll say they all do. They all kneel. Leader comes in, doesn't kneel, gets killed after hitting Naz while talking. Dagger freaking shatters. Yeah, let's do the roll. Let's roll the leader's attack to see if he actually can hit him. We'll say the leader's. He's the leader, right? So his if he's attacking with whatever he's attacking with, he's got to be nice with it, right? So we'll say exceptional. He's exceptional. It's a sharp object, so it's a lethal attack, but we have to see if he hits. So exceptional versus he's gonna use combat. He's gonna let him hit him and let it crash on his scales. He's not even going to defend himself, right? That's what he said. So that is Juggernaut, passive magic. Nazareth has the power of Leviathan, a Draco-class monster whose scales are as hard as adamantite and raises its defense and reacts to damage. The more you hit him, the stronger they become. They appear on his body only when areas he's struck in, but he has the ability to also manifest it, showing his hybrid Leviathan form. So it's gonna break. So on this high defense. So high defense. So exceptional versus high. He needs anything under a 65. Well, wait, he's gonna hit because he's not defending himself. So it's a matter of how much damage is it gonna do. So we'll say he's swinging a dagger. So we'll say it's like a light sword / rapier. Yeah. So strength +1 rank shift. We'll say his strength is above average, so above average +1 rank shift. So high damage versus his toughness, and he's got Juggernaut skills, which are essentially his armor. So we'll give him a plus. Yeah, he's definitely got like plate mail, so that's +4, right? +4 to his toughness. Oh no, he's not wearing armor. He's just got these scales. So that's got to be equivalent to like, this is his skin, but it's like scales. So we're going to have to say it's like we'll say +3. The scales are high. We'll do high versus high +2. We'll say +2. Or no, it's toughness +2. So we'll say toughness +2. Hey. Exceptional +2. So awesome. So high versus awesome. So we're gonna treat it as let me see, is he wearing armor? A mix of Egyptian and African culture clothes. He also wears jewelry in the form of gold. So he doesn't have armor. So yeah, it's just his body, which are his natural scales, which is high, considered high. All right, so high. He's the boss is swinging. He's swinging a dagger. His strength +1. His strength, we'll say, is above average strength. +1. So it's going to be high damage versus high, his toughness is exceptional. So sure, we'll give him a +1 bonus from the passive Juggernaut scales. So exceptional +1. So that is incredible. So it's going to be the high swing, dagger swing, or we'll say light crude sword, swinging at high damage versus incredible toughness. He needs anything under a 25. That's a yes. He does damage. Oh, shit. We have to make it so that I'm going to make it so that, it seems even the player himself, and this is why I love this type of game, right? This is why it's fun watching the show and being a part of it, as well as making it and watching the people that are a part of it watch it, because this might be a part where the player is like, there's no way that this man is going to actually be able to hurt me. But I rolled so high that this is the leader of them too. He's getting a free swing. We're going to have to make him a little bit cooler, but we do want to make it so it's surprising when he actually does do damage. We have to play it off like he's, the typical scene where it's like, it's going to seem like, he's about to, but he actually does pierce. He does something. And if he's getting a free swing, he's probably going for the juggler too. So we're going to say it's going to be damage. It's going to be a high wound plus in a critical spot. So high. It's lethal, right? Is the character hurt if melee his action is hasty? So yeah, +2 rank shift because it's a weak part of the body, like an exploitable part. So that's +2 damage. Rank shift to the damage, so it's going to be high +2. So high, exceptional, incredible damage versus toughness. Wait a minute. Yeah, so it did hurt. So it's going to be an incredible wound because it's the high damage versus +2 because he had so incredible wound. That's crazy. That was a crazy roll. Anything under a 25? Wait a minute. So his toughness is incredible. Wow. This is a good hit, and this would trigger Worthy Adversary. An enemy brave enough to challenge Nazareth ignites his bloodlust and battle excitement, causing his physical attributes to increase. His eyes glow bright red as his heart burns with fire for the thrill of battle. We're gonna deliver a calm version of this. His eyes will ignite because of the hit, and then he's just gonna break this man down, or at least I would hope so. So okay, yeah, he rolled real good. The leader rolled very good. So that's crazy. So he does hit him and does do a little damage, which is what he wanted. But I don't think the weapon might break. Okay, we'll say for the sake of the weapon will break. He hit him so hard the weapon broke. It's not necessarily it's not a slate on the attacker. He rolled critical, got a great roll. He deserves the hit. We'll say it's just a regular weapon. Let's say that John breaks. A testament to his ability. The sword, his weapon couldn't even keep up with his strength. Let's go with that. Gets killed after hitting that. Doesn't kneel. Gets a good hit. Gets a surprisingly good hit that does damage. Ignites Nav, Worthy Adversary, triggers it, then gets killed. All right, so is he able to successfully? We're gonna have to roll this, and I'm assuming he's triggered too now. So I'm assuming he's going to then. He said he's gonna kill him. All right. He said those who don't kneel. If one sentry does attack me, I want to flex and have that attack land and have their weapon break upon making contact with my toughness and juggernaut skills. So it definitely lands. It can break too. So I got to make sure that he does the flex. To everyone else at the gates, I will command to stand strong and fight the incoming. And laugh. All right. So in the end, he says, if the smoke clears, if anyone had the balls to attack me, I will win. I will leave them beaten and broken. Slowly walk up to them, kneel towards their fallen body, and whisper, "You have my respect, warrior." We'll save that for the end, because that's cool. We'll do a version of that, that he'll leave them beaten and broken, and he'll look at him a little longer and maybe show without actually saying, you're in my respect. He might be somewhat impressed, but You know, this might be somebody he may want to recruit later. You know, the fallen trees. So we'll have him break them down. Now, how would he break them down? Let's see. Where's his combat specialists? Hand-to-hand weapons or up close personal, and how he prefers to fight. I'll have him do like a very quick, like devastating combo that starts with like a back smack, like a backhand, and then like a crazy combo, drop him to the ground. So combat specialist, he's gonna hit him with like a quick 3-piece, pow, pow, pow. Brutal combat techniques. Maybe like a really brutal uppercut. Yeah. Maybe like he grabs him by the head and bashes it into his knee. Grabs him by the head and clotheslines him into the, like, just clotheslines his head into the ground while smiling. Yeah. All right. So that'll be above average combat specialist. He's charged up. All right. He's charged up, right? Worthy adversary. Physical attributes to increase. So he'll probably just do more damage. So it's going to be above average. And we'll say his luck kicks in, because now he's trying to succeed at something. His luck kicks in, and the guy never seen someone like take an attack like that. So just lucky enough, this guy is surprised. Usually he's on his A game, but he's surprised this very moment, dropping his defenses a little bit, you know? All right. So above average on this guy who's unsuspecting, his defenses are lowered. He's a leader, so we'll say he's above average in his defense. You know, we'll say he's high in his defense. We'll bring it down to above average. We're going to do above average versus above average. Above average versus above average. Ooh, 42. That's a W. So yeah, he successfully takes him out. Damage-wise, it's going to be his strength. He's getting a boost because he's a worthy adversary. Fist is going to be raw strength. So raw strength, so it's just going to be raw strength. His raw strength is, where is he? His raw strength is his second stat. Wait, yeah. So that is high. So it's high plus 1. We'll give it a bonus from the. We'll give a rank shift bonus for being charged up because he's a worthy adversary. So it's going to be high. That is going to be taking it to exceptional. We'll say this guy's toughness is, we'll say high. So exceptional versus high. Does it do damage? Anything under a 65. That's definitely a yes. That's a yes. So we'll say, you know, that scene will play out. He was able to successfully hurt him. Okay. I'm going to simulate, you know, this is just a simulation running through my head for the script, but there are rules behind it. He attacks, he does damage. High, exceptional to the head +2. So it's going to be exceptional +2 because it was to his head. Exceptional, incredible, awesome. That's definitely his toughness is high. That's definitely 3 above his toughness, making it lethal. We're making an additional penalty to the question. Does he die? Awesome versus high. Actually, above average because of the wound or the compound of it being 3 ranks higher. Anything under an 85 is a yes. Does he die from the explosive damage that he just took to his head? 73. Yes. I just wanted to roll that through. I was just curious. Okay, so that goes to plan. Attacker surprised, gets head crushed. He then bodies a few more. We'll say then he bodies a few more that come his way, and then turns around and rallies people to join. Some do and brutally get maimed. One guy, and then I want to show that one guy tries to flee, pushes a mother and child, you know, to the ground and attempt to flee. And then he bumps into Nazareth, who then we already see him tossing people. People who are fleeing, he starts throwing into the fight, and he throws this guy into the fight, and he gets brutally bodied, right? And then another person bumps into Naz, and it's Eden, and he grabs and he throws. She transforms and flees. So he's gonna grab and throw her. We're gonna see if she can escape from the grab, because remember, her objective is to escape. And this is gonna be her chance. Let's see. So let me see. Her goal was to be disguised. Yeah. So we'll do it like this, because he needs to roll to see if he can even see her. If she's disguised. If she is successfully disguised, when he goes to grab her,
it'll be someone else. It won't be who he thought it was. Like she kind of like that confuses him with her disguise. It works. And then she'll fly away. Yeah. All right, so Eden, willpower, intuition, willpower. Nazareth, strength, or toughness and strength, reflexes low. All right, so Eden, what does she got? Dragon shape, longevity, knowledge, medicine, diplomacy, cantrips. Magical minor tricks to take like easier at home or in camp. She has learned a useful spell when she uses it. The words she speaks have calming effect, which is usually enough to diffuse various situations. All right, so soothing words. I like that. He's gonna go to charge to like grab him again, and with soothing words, he's gonna say, you better get. I said get out there and fight, or something like that. And she's gonna say, not today, not fighting. Not today. I won't be soothingly, and everything's going to get quiet and serene, and as she transforms and flies away. And then when she gets away, then the combat's going to, the sound is going to come back to normal, and somebody's going to attack them, and he's going to finish them off, and then he's going to close. Then he's going to raise the Colosseum. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So does she successfully get away? So she's going to use, how is she disguising herself? Disguise self-illusion. She become permanently. So it allows her to change shape into that of a golden dragon large enough. The spell uses a great deal of her energy. Longevity has managed. Studied dragons. Eden has managed to tap into their lifelong lifespans. While she still looks young, she's more than 100 years old. Unfortunately, Eden has become quite frail and totally sterile. Eden is very knowledgeable in politics, diplomacy. Eden is quite a charming lady. She knows. Maybe it's a cantrip. Magical minor stuff. All right, we'll say it's a cantrip. It's probably a cantrip. Okay, so cantrip above average versus his detection. He doesn't have any detection skills, so it'll be versus his raw intuition. He'll get a luck. He'll probably. I could see his luck triggering. Nah, he's not trying to succeed at actively finding her. She's sneaking past him. All right, his passive intuition is average, so it's going to be her above average cantrip versus his. I'm going to say that she'll get a bonus because of the crowd, so we'll say above average to high. So high versus his average. 98. That's an exceptional no. He definitely finds her. He's looking for anybody that's running. He's on it. He sees him going the wrong way. He grabs him. Eden disguises a dude. He tosses his ass, and then she flies, and we'll roll an escape check, because that'll determine if she gets away before the Colosseum goes up. He throws her into the battle, but in mid-flight, in mid-air, she flies. So she won't get the soothing. She won't get the soothing words, and that's okay. That was an exceptional. So she runs into him. All right, so it's going to be her. We'll say her golden dragon shape-shifting is going to be used to escape. We'll give her a minus. We'll give her a -1 for being being tossed. So we'll have her at a exceptional. So she's high, and he's throwing her, or she's trying to escape from him. She's trying to escape. She's trying to escape from the situation. We'll say in her scenario, with all that's happening, that should be pretty easy. That should be below average. So high versus below average. All right, that's a yes. She transforms into a dragon, flies away. He puts the Colosseum up. Sam gets ready to say something, but then they're both in shock at that transformation. Then he puts the Colosseum up. Everyone is fighting for their lives. So then we'll do Sam. We're going to do Sam, Darren, Longswift, and Ev are fighting. Their goal is to fight and get people saved, help people get in, and keep people alive. Are they successful at both? Well, for one, Darren is with he's going to be doing all the support stuff. By himself, they get a +2 rank shift just because of what he's bringing to the table. Going off of the highest stat being used, which is exceptional, it's going to be exceptional, incredible, awesome. So they're bringing awesome at minimum, versus the chaos of trying to keep some people alive from these of the fallen trees. That task, they're an incredible faction. These are mercenaries. They're being rallied by Red, so they're a little bit more reckless because they're being rallied by Nav. They probably are effective to some extent. They're probably rallied, you know what I mean? But it's a bloodbath. I would say that challenge is probably we'll say high. It's a high difficulty challenge. Can they do it? Awesome versus high. Anything under 80, that's not bad odds. Anything under 80, can they do it? Oh, you move this out the way. Can they do it? Anything under 80, that's an exceptional yes. They rolled a 17. They needed anything under a 16. 16 and under. No, that's just a yes. Ooh, right on the cusp of exceptional. They do it. They keep a lot of people alive and fighting. That's going to be an awesome scene. Alai sees this going down, and then that's when she gives her part, her dialogue, and says, let's go save them. And then they rush in and they fight the remaining. So Alai and her band. So we're going to roll Alai versus these fighters as well, who are incredible as a threat. So we'll say Alai, she's going to be probably coming in. We'll give her a bonus for being with her entire warband. She's on horseback, eternal bloodlust. So she's getting the bonus from her warband, who is they're rallied. Voice of the warband. So she's coming in with an exceptional. We'll give it exceptional +1. So they are awesome. It's going to be awesome versus incredible. Awesome versus incredible. Actually, we'll give them a little bit of penalty too, because they all aren't there. Most of them are inside the Coliseum. These are the people on the remaining outside. So it's going to be awesome versus exceptional. Anything under a 65 is a yes. 95. That's an exceptional no. That's an exceptional no. Now, why would the warband be struggling? We'll say because the darkness is coming and it was a distraction. The darkness, yeah. Right around the time they were coming, they pretty much intercepted the darkness, and they're all stuck outside the Coliseum. So it was kind of iffy. They fought the fallen trees before. They're not new to fighting the fallen trees. They're neck and neck. We'll say they're neck and neck. Yeah. In terms of how powerful they are. And they're just losing this one because of the circumstances. And then that would be a good reason as to why Naz is watching and decides to get into the fight. He might be impressed by what she does, but maybe not the entire group. Maybe it's not all on just her, and he decides to join the fight. So they lose. It's the first loss. Fight remaining outsiders and lose. Exceptional loss too. She did say she wanted to go after the leader. Maybe this is the new leader. This is another general. It's another general. Yeah. Exceptional loss to another general. Then as Meta Black approaches, due to Meta Black approaching. Naz and Alai see each other fighting on different sides of the Coliseum. And Naz is winning. Wait, we got to see if because Naz, I think he is by himself. He's with the people, right? He's with the people. We got to roll to see if he's doing good by himself. But he's still just fighting the fallen trees. So let's see how he's doing against the fallen trees, with he and his people. We'll say he's definitely surrounded. So at this point, he's in overwhelmed berserker soul mode when faced with multiple enemies or enemies stronger than himself. Nazareth will further give into his bloodlust, drawing even more of his Leviathan power, and even further increase its physical attributes to combat threat. In this form, he has no choice but to fully transform into his Leviathan hybrid form. He has a powerful purple and black aura emanating from. I don't think he's gonna go full out. It's not that many people. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go full out. I don't think he would go full out. I don't know if this calls for that. Allows now there's better odds at succeeding at any of his actions. Coliseum. So we're gonna say he is above average from the combat. He has bolstered people with him. We'll give him a +2. Above average bolstered people with him. All kind of things are probably going his way. We'll give him a +3. So above average plus, that is incredible. We'll do incredible versus incredible. Incredible versus incredible. Let's go. Anything under a 50. Let's say they're shaken because he just took out one of their generals, right? and a lot of them are bowing down to him. That's major. Let's reevaluate. Above average, incredible versus incredible. These are the ones that are close enough to know that they're general, you know what I mean, by wherever he is. Whereas the ones on the outside, they probably they don't even know. There's another general out there kicking ass apparently. So incredible versus incredible, we'll say they're broken, so high. We'll do incredible versus high. I'll give them a penalty of 2. Incredible versus high. Anything under a 75. Incredible versus high. Yeah. So he's winning. He's out there winning. And that's when Father Edmund gets through. Let's roll his sneak. He's in the shadows. Right? He's sneaking past guards who are probably running to get toward the fight by melding into the shadows. He is. Where's your shadows? Above average. So we're going to do above average. We'll give him a bonus because of the chaos. We'll give him a bonus because of the chaos. We'll give him another bonus because he's blending in with the darkness that everybody's running from. So we'll give him above average +2. We'll give him a +2 rank shift. So in exceptional verse, we'll say the difficulty is average. Exceptional versus average. Anything under an 85. Exceptional versus average. It's looking like he gets through. Yeah, good for him. So he gets through, and then we see the guards get killed by some of the creatures to kind of show off the creatures. Because by then the darkness is here. Ash is out there. Ash is rallied and fighting with Nazareth. We'll show Ash fighting with Nazareth. We'll show Ash fighting with Nazareth back then too. Yeah. We'll give her a free win. She's with Nazareth, but she's gonna have to roll this one. This is her. Nazareth is gonna be fighting with Naz in the background this time. Yeah, Nazareth. No, Ash. Female, Anna Kendrick. Agility. She's agility and intelligence. Polearm, wind manipulation. Oh yeah, I remember her. Exceptional polearm, backed up by a bunch of other rallied people in Nazareth. So we're going to give her a +2 rank shift. Exceptional +2, exceptional, incredible, awesome. She's going to get awesome as well. Awesome versus, they're breaking down. It's going to be awesome versus, especially after what he did. So it's going to be awesome versus average. Awesome versus average. Anything under a 90. Awesome versus average. Ash versus the army, the mercenaries. Damn. Natural one. That's an exceptional, yes. Okay. Critical in the most critical sense. We see her carrying out what she said she would carry out. Showing a little bit of her wind manipulation, which is cool. We'll show off some of her stuff. Yeah, that'll be fun. Show her snapping. Exceptional, yes. Show her snapping. All right, Lazuli. Does Lazuli get through? Because she's also goes to find a way to break through the shadows. Uses fire manipulation. Right, she has a little part. After Coliseum outside with ally fighting. She's outside with ally fighting for a little. No, she's trying to escape. Getting through, she encounters guards. So her versus guards. So she's going to fight a little bit with the guards, I believe, right? Yeah, she said, I will use fire manipulation to give myself light and attack the first guard I see. So she encounters the first guard she sees. Her versus guard. So where's her fire manipulation? Fire manipulation, martial arts, viper strike, wind's blessing, stick fighting, fire manipulation. Above average. So her above average versus the first guard she sees. We're gonna have a raw. We'll shoot the fade. Above average. We'll say above average versus they're incredible, right? So we'll say high, right? Above average versus them high. Wait, is she sneaking up on them? Let me see. What did she say? My goal is to find a way to break through the shadows. I will use my fat fire to give me light and attack the first guard I see. After that, I will try to get closer. Okay, yeah. So just a flat out, okay, shooting the fade. So her above average fire manipulation versus high. Simple enough. Above average versus high. Anything under a 45. 15. Almost an exceptional, yes. She is successful at carrying out what she wanted to carry out. So she gets off her fire manipulation. Oh, and then I wanted to roll this will be a good that's why I just had her fight in one guard. Does she encounter one of these creatures? It would be nice to have a scene. And since she's out there sneaking around, the darkness is here. Let's roll to see if she encounters a creature. I'm gonna say the odds of that are very likely. We'll say somewhat likely. She just had her fire to light the way. It's very likely. It's very likely. Chaos is up. We'll say the chaos is on. We'll say the chaos is on 7. Give it a +2 modifier. So yeah, it's very likely. And now I just rolled 2 d10s, right? No, fuck it. I'm just gonna stick to the old. Sometimes I just like to keep it. This is the most simple. You know what I mean? Chaos is 6, 7. We'll say 7. Very, very likely. Anything under a 90. Well, no. We'll say it's likely. Chaos is 7. We'll say it's likely she encounters something. Anything under an 85 is a yes. Almost. But yeah, she does encounter something. I'm gonna roll a d3 for each of the creatures, the flying ones, the snatcher ones, and then the throwing ones to see which one she encounters. That's the last one that I had written down. Let me see. Which one is that? The Flying Liars is 1. Forsaken Wanters is 2. What I roll, a 3? The Chemists. She encounters a chemist, and they are furry humanoid creatures that are throwing nasty vials that sicken and infect. And what does she do? Martial arts Viper Strike, speed, strikes in quick successions. Wind's Blessing, a rune tattooed on her thigh, allowing her to jump and get a gust of wind that would be perfect for getting away from them. Fire manipulation, swimming, wild gaze. This adopted illusion of terrifying beast, poison making. They got something in common. I want this to be something. This is like she's gonna identify this creature. Yeah, before the darkness came, this was a person or something that she had spoken to. They were trading and stuff, and then she realizes that this is them. But the reset, the meta black, when the darkness, when the master plane purged everything, engulfed everything in darkness, it became something different than it was in the last era. Yeah, so that means I gotta show her talking like this is like might be like a little faction of like alchemists. Yeah, so I gotta show her talking to them in the beginning. Lazuli alone with chemist pre-darkness, and then she gets through, beats guard with fire, encounters chemist. What would she use? She would definitely lead with her Viper Strike. She's going to get a bonus because she understands chemistry as well. And she can evade their throwing bombs. She'll definitely be able to evade that. I'm going to give her a +1 rank shift for being just well equipped for the situation. So, and this is a mismatch. She gets advantage. Exceptional +1. Incredible versus, I believe we said these things, I rolled them to just have a potency of below average. So it's going to be incredible versus, we'll just leave it at below average. Incredible versus below average. Anything under a 95. All right, so that's a yes. She beats it. That should look cool. Gonna make it look cool. Beats it. And then she gets through. Then the rest of the manifestations come. Flyers and takers. Snatchers and flyers. Take out Civs, Warband, Joint Check, Nos, and they're all out there fighting. It'll be all them against the darkness. Yeah. All right. So the manifestations come in. The flyers. We'll do the flyers versus the Flyer Liars versus the Warband. Flyer Liars versus the Warband. Flyer Liars were below average. So the Warband is they just got demolished, right? We're gonna put them at she was exceptional, so we're gonna bring them down to high. No, we're gonna bring them down 1 for losing that last round in a bad way. So just down to exceptional. It's going to be them versus the Flyer Liars. So exceptional versus below average. Exceptional versus below average. Exceptional versus below average. 32. That's a yes. Okay. And then Alai wins. Naz once summoned removes the Coliseum. Snatchers and Flyers versus Warband, Naz, Skinny, everybody. So that we're not even going to roll for that, just in case it's lopsided. It's definitely going to be, we'll say, superhuman versus average. Anything under a 95 we'll roll for the sake of it. Anything under a 95 is a yes. Yeah. So that's a yes. So they overcome. They all fight together. Cool. Then Alaya, Darren, and Ev press on. Nav is probably out there still fighting, having a good time. Alaya, Darren, and Ev press on. They go inside. Okay. Inside, each character is socializing. Will is serving everybody. In walks in the artist. He steps up in the center. Creepy wispy mercenary band. Everyone notices, including Sister Kalea. Sam about Sister Kalea approaches, is blocked. He begins miasma. People die. People begin running and are killed. Sam reacts. It's going to be Sam versus these guys. So it's going to be Sam versus, we'll say him versus a couple. So they're going to be high plus, we'll give them +1. So it's going to be high versus, so it's going to be Sam. He's probably going to be using his exceptional ability. Where's Sam? Yeah, he said he's whipping people in submissions and closing the gap. Chain whip, grapple style, grapple. So we'll do exceptional versus exceptional. He's fearless too, so he's not frightened, and that's most of their persona, right? We'll give him a +1. We'll give him a +1 for being fearless against the people who thrive off fear. Exceptional. So incredible versus exceptional. Incredible versus exceptional. Anything under a 55, that's a no. So he's not faring well on his first attempt to attack and protect some of the people. Sam reacts, is thwarted. Kalea is attacked, but it's for show. Shows her ability. And then she repels the miasma. How successful is she in repelling that miasma? Let's find out. It's powerful. It's the artist's miasma, so it's pretty powerful magic. Sister Kalea. Combatic winds. Summons coldness winds to assail. She's using that to keep it back. So high. We know he's very powerful, so we'll say his magic, this magic is probably exceptional magic. So it's going to be high versus exceptional. Should she get a bonus from anything else? No. If anything, she should get a penalty because she just got attacked. We'll keep it at, because she's saving other people, keeping it at bay. We'll say high versus exceptional. Is she able to cleanly keep this miasma at bay? High versus exceptional. She needs anything under a 35. High versus exceptional. Combatic winds versus miasma. High versus exceptional. Ooh, that's a no. Fail. This is when this will be a moment for Uiji. Uiji neutralizes it with his spell. He's already doing it for himself. He does it for Kalea too. Is he successful at neutralizing it with his spell? A magic immunity. A wall can create a protective barrier magic that protects from physical harms. That is high magic. So we'll do high versus exceptional. High versus exceptional. So he needs same thing. High versus exceptional. Anything under a 35. Anything under a 35. The miasma is too strong. He might not even be able to do what he wanted to do and hang around. They have to get out of there, but fails. He starts to observe, but sees Kalea being overwhelmed by the miasma. Goes to try to stop it with his immunity, fails. They gotta go. Shin is observing. Is she able to see? Is she able to avoid observe? She probably observes from a distance. The farther she is, the harder it will be. If she's closer, she'll have to roll for the miasma. So let's see what she submitted. Keeping a level head is crucial. I should blend into the crowd, not drawing attention, and observing using my insight to draw any clues in the cryptics. She's using her insight. What are her abilities? Shadow magic, acrobatics, hearing. She can hear. Ability to accurately anticipate attacks, hear other heartbeats and muscle movements. So she has magic that increases her hearing. And she can teleport and stealth. All that combined We're gonna give her a +1. So high +1. She can be far too. So we'll do high +1. She could probably teleport around too. We're gonna do high +2. She's surveilling. She has perfect skill set for that. We're gonna give it's her high hearing ability +2 because of everything else. So high, exceptional, and incredible. Difficulty of this, we'll say, is from being so far away. We'll say it's above average. It's high. There's a lot going on. It's high. So it's going to be incredible versus high. Anything under a 75 she needs. Anything under a 75. Incredible versus high. Yeah, she got it. She got it. She, using teleport and hearing, she evades the miasma and overhears, and using her intuition, she able to understand. She has an exceptional intuition. We'll say the difficulty of what he's doing, we'll say high. No, we'll say exceptional. Exceptional versus exceptional. She able to get an idea of what he's doing? No. She can hear it, but she can't understand it. She can remember what he's saying, but she doesn't understand it. So that's something. That's the start. I'll roll to see what she actually hears. What does she hear? Him chanting. We'll get a hodgepodge of words. I'm gonna roll on conversation table. Let me roll 2D100s. We'll consider this magic talk. 7591. Mysterious, reassuring. Sounds like master plane talk and the mysteries of the master plane, reassuring its return to obscurity and newness. Absolute restoration. Meta black, or what is what she hears. Absolute restoration, meta black, stuff like that. Sam is fighting again because there's not a lot of people that are fighting with him. He gets another fight scene. We're going to roll another for Sam. We're going to give him a penalty for losing the last one. Sam was exceptional. He had we're going to bring him down to high. So it's going to be high versus incredible again. High versus incredible. High versus incredible. Anything under a 25. So that's another no. This is him just having a hard, trying to keep people alive. We're going to show him having a hard time again. Zanera escapes startling Shin. Shin blends and leaves with crowd. No, he's having a hard time. Let's show Ovaz joining the fight. We need to get Ovaz in there. Ovaz seems to have a good kit for this situation. Ovaz says that Radiant Beacon ability to provide rallying focus point, protecting himself and others nearby. How about this? Yes, Sam is having a hard time getting the upper hand, but he doesn't get killed because then Ovaz's magic starts to kick in. So he's having a hard time until Ovaz magic kicks in. Ovaz is fighting, and Ovaz is using Radiant Beacon. The Shield of Light is deflecting, so he's using a Shield of Light to deflect back while Sam fights. So Shield of Light, above average, we'll give it a +1 bonus because of Sam there fighting, adding an offensive component. High versus the threat of the gang in this group fight. We'll say incredible. So high versus incredible. High versus incredible. Anything under a 25. 96. That's an exceptional no. Not even the Shield of Dawn is able to hold it off. What could be causing this? They're failing at keeping people alive. Fail. Because they're running into the miasma. We'll say it's because of the miasma. They're running from the guys into the miasma. They got to get out of here. It's too chaotic. And they're stopping people from getting out. Zanera starts to panic, escapes. Okay. Zanera should be able to escape using her lightning speed, right? Levitation, lightning reactions. So we'll just say straight up exceptional. I can't see them stopping her. Exceptional. Especially after she blasts them. So exceptional versus, we'll give them a penalty. Exceptional, because she just suddenly transforms, right? And zips out of there with lightning speed. So exceptional versus, we'll say the difficulty. We'll give them a 2 penalty. No, they're incredible. They're holding it up. We'll give her a bonus. So it's going to be her exceptional. It's going to be incredible versus incredible. Is she able to escape? Incredible versus incredible. That's a 7. Incredible versus incredible. That's an exceptional yes. She blows a hole through that wall and gets the hell out of town. Startles Shin, and then Shin blends in with the crowd as the sister begins to aid the escape. It seems like the sister Kalea is going to be really important since the other two are having a hard time. Maybe she's the third piece they need. She's the one that's going to open up walls, and she's the one that has all the magic. Is Sister Kalea able to help them aid and lend her hand? She's doing all the magic and stuff, right? So if I recall, she is Wrath of the Mountains. She's kind of keeping them at bay, making it safer for the people so they don't have to run from the enemies right into the miasma. She's keeping the enemies controlled. So with use of control, she has a better chance of hurting the people out. She is going to be using her power, likely her highest power. Mountain's Wrath will say. Yeah, so exceptional, because that's what she's using to keep them at bay. We'll say exceptional versus, we'll give her a +1 because of the other two. So we'll say incredible versus incredible. Can Sister Kalea keep everybody out? Incredible versus incredible. Anything under 50. Come on. Holy shit. Willem Toth is really going to be the one that saves the day. Willem Toth is the one who gives them the directions, shows them the path. This works out perfectly. Shows them the path, hands them the pouches. Is he the one is he able to get them out? Let's see. That would make a lot of sense. He's using death sense to move away from the danger and mark safe paths. He's a survivor, moving carefully, offering those defense promises of warm food. Hands out satchels. He can sense the miasma. He knows how to stay away from that. He senses that easily. So with fairy tradition, his high ability, his danger sense, his high ability of fairy tradition, plus his support from Sam, plus his support from Ovaz, plus Sister Kalea. We'll give him but they're losing, right? So we'll give him a +2. So it's going to be high +2. So high, exceptional, incredible versus incredible again. I understand it's a high difficulty, but this, because we rolled high on these guys and it's a lot of them. They were hired by this guy, by the artist. Incredible versus incredible again. Anything under a 50. Can Willem Toth get these people out? Yes. And sure, throw what's the name in here. I know there was somebody else in here. Let me see. Oiji Raz. But he's preoccupied with the artist. These are the people trying to get out. Let's see. That reminds me. If he couldn't decipher it, he was going to throw that. He's going to throw that javelin. So we got to see if that's the thing. But yeah, Willem Toth. He's able to get everyone out. Gives them the directions. Sister Ovaz and his sister, they use that as a way they get out with his help. They find a spot with the Lantern of Revelation, and it looks like Willem may not make it. Sam is now with them. So Oiji is back. Let's see. Is Oiji? Yeah. Sam had to go. He can't stay because of the miasma. It's too dangerous. They had to go. Oiji stays back. Does Oiji throw the javelin? To stop the miasma? Magic energy create can turn his magic into simple handheld weapons. Exceptional. Woo. He's throwing this at the artist, who's a little preoccupied, right? No, Oiji had to get taken out too because of the miasma. Yeah, so that doesn't happen. The miasma was too much. Was anyone able to stay? Shin fled after she figured out what she needed to figure out. Willem looks like he isn't gonna make it. Let's have Willem, after he gets everyone back, is he able to fend everyone off? Because he stays last, right? Is he able to fend everyone off? We're gonna say he said he's using his ferryman, which his ferryman skill was high. High versus, let's say he's fighting a couple of them. He's not fighting all of them, so high versus high. He's got to fend them off one by one, right? High versus high. Anything under 50. High versus high. Let's go. Exceptional, yes. He dispatches one. He's fighting another. Let's go, Will. 81. 81. High versus high. That's a no. That's all right. He held him off in time. It's for everybody to get away, because now that's when the others come, and that's how we'll tie into the last act. when the others come. Willem takes it, may not make it. Will versus enemy exceptional success. Matter of fact, let me roll that last one again, because after that exceptional success, he should have got either a bonus to the next one or they should have got a penalty to the next one. Either or. I'm gonna roll that again. We're gonna do high. We're gonna give him a bonus. So it's gonna be high. No, we're gonna give them a penalty. So it's going to be high versus exceptional. High versus exceptional instead of incredible. No, I mean, they were high. It was going to be high versus above average. So it's going to be high versus above average. Yeah, we're re-rolling that. High versus above average. Anything under 55. 83. Yeah, so no. All right, so that's when we'll segue into the last act, because the others are going to come. So Ally, Darren, Ally. It's going to have to be Ally and Darren. Ally and Darren. Ally comes in, Darren wants him alive. So they're probably going to fight him together versus the artist and the fallen trees. Shit. Would Willem stay for this? It's gonna come down to them fighting and then then Darren trying to keep him alive. Maybe that's where we stop it. But Ally was very clear in that she was what her goal was and get the fatal blow. Ally and Darren. All right. So can they even beat him though? All right, Ally. Let me read Ally carefully. She targets the leader, hurling an insult their way to shake their resolve, hoping for a brutal show of force. She uses the 1-2 ability. So she's going to try to shake their resolve in this fight. Okay. And Darren, he would make sure to protect them using his armor and shield. His ultimate goal is to band together with anyone trying to counter. Wait, so Darren wasn't the one that was going to try to keep him alive. That was Sam. Sam prioritizes submission over death. I think he's gonna flee. If everybody's going, there's no reason for him to stay, right? He's worrying about getting the people saved. Let me read his submission again to make sure, because I'm wondering, would he be here? He lost the initial encounters and his goal was to protect people, I thought. Let me see. He would realize that he can't take out the boss with the minions around, so he was trying to fight the minions, so he'll deal with them. He will attempt to keep an eye on the boss as best as he can and will not interfere with battles that take place again. The only exception is that he will attempt to stop anyone from delivering a killing blow. He was losing. Nah, I think Sam's gonna stay. This will be a good opportunity. We're literally gonna bring Sam back. Literally, Sam returns because he's not gonna let Willem Toth sacrifice himself. Sam returns and he fights with Ally and Darren. And Ev is here too. Would Oiji stay? Would Oiji come back? He would, because if I recall, he's pretty damn brave too. Maybe after everybody's stored, they would come back. Bold, protective, intolerant. Yeah, he would definitely come back. Sam and Oiji return. Artist talks. Sam and Oiji return. Will, Sam, and Oiji return. They fight. A couple run into Nav as he starts to approach, and by then, the survivors are fighting amongst each other. So, but that could depend on how this fight goes. So, in this big fight, let's see, it's gonna, we have the artist. We'll say he's legendary, right? So he's incredible. His gang he hired is incredible. So we'll say it's incredible. We'll say superhuman. They're a unit, and then we know our guys are a unit. Who would have the penalty? We'll give a bonus. We'll give a penalty to the enemy for just being potentially outnumbered. Maybe not. They're outnumbered for sure. They're powerful fighters and, mercenaries with a powerful legendary guy with them. But we're going to give them a penalty because they're outnumbered. Like, we have a lot of good guys and one coming. So superhuman. So it's going to be superhuman versus awesome. Do they win? And do our guys win? Do our player characters win? There's so many things in the play that would come into play. First off, let's see, she says something to trigger, right? To trigger them. A lie to get us to start it off. Battlefield taunt. Shouts a word or phrase to a single foe, shaking their defenses. Above average. Does she get that off? She's got the battle voice of the war band. Shouts her voice heard clear over the battlefield, either rousing her raiders or demoralizing her foes. This is going to be to demoralize them. She shouts out something to demoralize them. Above average. I'm going to give her a bonus because I know somebody's giving her a bonus. I'll dig in there and figure out who it is, but one of them are giving her a bonus. So we'll say exceptional. She'll get a bonus from the exceptional voice of the warband ability. She'll get a bonus from her allies with her. So she's going to be above average high, then to exceptional. Exceptional versus him. His mind is fragile right now. He's a loose cannon. He's not the most composed person. So I'm going to say that his willpower is probably high, but it's volatile, right? So we'll give her a bonus. We'll give her another bonus. So she's going to be above average +2, high, exceptional. She's going to be incredible. His willpower is probably going to be, we'll say his willpower is exceptional. Incredible versus exceptional. 55. Anything under 55. $23. That's a guess. Rattles him. She says something and it works. A lie, taunts, he flips, she demoralizes the enemies. That'll give them another penalty. So it's going to be superhuman versus high. Anything under a 90. Here we go. Oh my God. Here we go. Almost rolled a 91. That's a yes. So they overcome. Good. Now for the moment. Now for the defining moment. A couple run into Navs. All right, now for the final moment. Because Alai wants the final hit. Where's her submission at? Targets the leader, hurling an assault. Hoping for a brutal show of force, she uses the 1-2 ability to finish off the leader. If all this is successful, she has her riders escort as many survivors as possible inside. Now, she says to the crowd, let's discuss your new loyalty to the warband. Sam and Darren are going to stop her. Darren specifically has a person tough but fair, swift to react to those who would sow chaos. He's either going to try to take the hit or use persuasion. He's going to use persuasion first before chaos. So he's going to stop anyone first with using persuasion. Sam will attempt to keep an eye on the boss, he won't let anyone land a killing blow because he must be brought to court. So he's not going to let anyone land a killing blow. He is going to try to probably block her if it gets beyond persuasion. And he's going to use Sam, grappling, not tying. He's going to tie somebody up. Chain whip. He has fighting style block. He has all the things he needs to stop. And he has taunting presence, causing his enemies to target him. There's a lot of ways this can go. It's gonna first be persuasion. If that doesn't work, he's gonna taunt her. And if that doesn't work, he's going to block it. And then there's gonna be a fight. So Darren's persuasion first. Darren uses persuasion on Alai to see if he can stop her. Persuasion. Being a leader in the military isn't all about swinging an axe well. Darren knows how to convince someone when a fight isn't in their best interests. Alai has eternal bloodlust. Alai's gift is her curse. She can never stop her eternal raid on the people of this land. Above average. That's going to give her a bonus to her willpower. And willpower is not her best stat. Her willpower is average, so she's going to have high willpower. So it's going to be Darren's persuasion versus her willpower. Above average persuasion versus high willpower. A lot is riding on this. High versus above average versus high. Above average versus high. So he needs anything under a 45. That was almost an exceptional no. That's a no. The persuasion doesn't work. Nav spectating, enjoying battle. Darren fails. She goes to get the final swing. Does Sam stop her? Sam, exceptional grappling. You will say blocking. We'll add it. Prevent incoming strikes from attacking. He's going to use a hold and submission. He's going to use exceptional to hold her into submission. So exceptional versus her 1-2 attack, which is above average. Exceptional versus above average. He needs anything under 75. Can he stop her? Anything under a 75. He fucking stops her.
And that right then and there, before anyone can react after that, is where we'll stop it. That's when the door opened up and the dude's like, yo, y'all, look. Yo, that's gonna be so dope. Yo, epic. Sam crit S grapples her. Suddenly, door opens. Revelation of the status of outside of the new world. Matter of fact, it'll be Father Edmund. Bring it full circle. He's the one that opens the door. Just as he is about to get snatched, Ovaz repels. Then the revelation of the status outside, we zoom out and we see Eden's view. And that's the show.